เย่
เย่คนดูช่องเธอน่าจะแบบแปลกใจน่าดูว่าแบบ แปลก
I remember when Padman first joined the team and we were down like 0-3 in Pacific. Padman always told me that he wanted to play in like the biggest arena, and I told him if we keep working hard and we are improving day by day, we are definitely
ๆ
gonna
ของ
reach
เขา
that
มัน
moment.
ไม่ขึ้น
And now Padman's gonna live his dream.
I'm thinking about the moment and all the hard work, all the sacrifices of each one of us.
As a team, we had like this ongoing joke that our team will forever place 5th and 6th place, but we're guaranteed top 4. I'm just very happy that we were able to break that curse.
저에게 챔피언스 우승을 가지고 있는 의미는 모든 발로란트 프로 선수들이 종착역에서 마치 좀 아름다운 마무리를 한다고 생각하기 때문에 현재로서 저는 지금 국제대회에서 아무 트로피도 들어올리지 못했고 누구보다도 간절하기 때문에
I think it's always fun to play against DRX. Marco is a really insane player. We all know that he's one of the best smokers in the world.
The last time we played Paper X, it was for the qualification for Masters Toronto, but we lost 0-2. They ended up winning out Toronto. I guess it's like a revenge if we do win out against Paper X in the lower finals.
DRX, let's show the fans an insane match.
Paper X, we're the last 2 remaining teams of Pacific, so whoever wins, let's just make sure we take it home.
Next game against Energy, obviously I have a pass there, past teammates as well with Sam and Ethan, and honestly I was hoping that we play them. They've been on a Cinderella run.
Crashies and I, we've known each other since like so long ago. We would just hang
อ๋อ
out sometimes online.
เปลี่ยนจากมดเป็นเฟซแล้วเหรอโอเคครับ
Sam
ยิน
came
ดี
into
ต้อนรับ
our
นะ
team right after the Optic years.
จำได้จำได้
Just have seen him grow as a teammate, to see him evolve as a player has been so
เธอ
nice to
จำ
see.
คนเก่งจัง
Because of him, I am where I am today. He taught me a lot, but now it's time for us to face off.
I still remember when we picked you up and you were our little vibes merchant on Energy, but don't forget where you came from, because I didn't.
Austin, I love you. You know that. You're my boy. But time's up, Unk.
Energy.
เข้าไปในดินแล้วเมื่อวานอ๋อฮะ
ให้หน่อยเอลนิกซีให้หน่อยฉันว่ามันต้องเหนื่อย
ไม่ตั้งกฎในดินหรอ ตั้ง4ไม่เห็นหรอ ในดินผมก็มีกฎนะ ดูดีๆนะ
It's time for the upper bracket final. You have NRG taking on Fnatic, and for Fnatic, this is the farthest they've ever gone to champion. One step closer to fighting for the title.
อยู่ในห้องกดสิ
NRG,
ไปดูสิ
the underdogs, they're in their way. The question is whether or not they can upset yet another team here at Champions.
Fnatic is Valorant's most successful team. No matter the roster, no matter the year.
เขารู้แล้วว่าทำไมมันไม่ขึ้น
But it's something new here at Champs, an
เขา
opportunity to
มันไป
make
กดไปตั้งส่วนตัวเฉยเลย
เอาโอเคความผิดฐานนี่เอง
on Ascent, the pick of Fnatic. That one's going to be pretty interesting to me.
เราดูผ่านอินเตอร์แอคเพราะฉะนั้น
In America,
ทีนี้เธอสปอยเขาไม่ได้แล้ว
I thought it looked okay, but wasn't wowed.
เพราะมันจะดีเลย
Interested to see if they have something new for that
ก็ว่า
map
เอ๊ะ
moving it
แบบ
in
มันไม่
here.
ขึ้นแวะไม่ได้ดู อ๋อ
I cannot help but think about
Oops I did it again
this map here. They changed playing regionally, and they decided to go for the Sage. Now, the last time that we saw them play was against DRX, and things did not end up going their way. So I assume that they might have used this time to
วัน
do
นี้
something
คือ
around.
ขนมเขาพร้อมมาก
Teams
แบ
had
บ
4 full
on some
days between the last time they played and today. So that's a lot of opportunity to not just rest and reset, but to sprint, to change your comps.
มีคนดูด้วยนะคะ
I think if there was going to be a time to see changes, to see surprises in this tournament, it would be today.
Yeah, it does feel like, though, right, for both of these teams. Now, we do, of course, got to say, this isn't an elimination game, but the pressure is on because you're one step closer to fighting for that world championship that so many players have to
อุ๊
fight
ย
for that
ม
world
หาเทพ
championship
กลับมาลงแล้ว
have fought tooth and nail to be able to hoist over their heads.
And we're saying for Fnatic, they've never made it this far. But NRG, what are you even doing here? This was
สวัสดี
not
นะคะ
supposed to
ส
be
วัสดี
the
นะคะ
story
สวัสดี
for
คน
this
ดู
year.
นะคะ
Please,
สวัส
the
ดี
ones
นะคะ
that you
มานั่ง
guys
ดู
were
หนังด้วยกัน
sending
นะ
me
ปกติ
from Americas, this is
ป
not
ก
what
ติ
I
เข้า
was
เซฟ
told.
แล้วมันต้อง
Actually,
เซิร์ฟต้องมีกดขึ้นก่อน อันนี้มันแล้วแต่เซิร์ฟนะ
It is an incredible run for them, but the winner of this match, it is a big advantage. You get double ban going into that
That's right.
best of 5 grand finals. You lose today, you play a BO5 tomorrow. That could go 5 maps. That could be 6 hours of sitting, playing, focus.
Oh,
When you go back to your hotel that night, you play another BO5 the very next day with a disadvantage in the map pool. It is huge to win this game.
And at some point, you remove the tag of the underdog and you realize.
Win this game.
And at some point, you remove the tag of the underdog and you realize that you're in an amazing arena in Paris, that you've made it this far, and you're just as close to getting to the final and to lift that trophy. Maybe you're speaking about the double ban, and you remember we could not choose, and that, you know, played against us. So whoever wins has a very, very big chance of making it, of getting that trophy.
A lot of rookie players on both sides here. Kayak coming in this year for Fnatic. He was so incredible in Toronto, had more of an underperformance early stages of this tournament. But with Alpha gone in their last game, he stepped up and was the paramount player for me to
เกิด
make
ท่านมหา
it
เท
here.
พอัลฟาเจอ
It's
ร์กลับ
3
มาล
rookies
ง
on the
ละ
other side as well as we hop into Ascent. Here's your agent select. And
Oh.
for Fnatic, no changes. NRG though,
See.
taking a look at that Vise.
ด่านนี้เหรอ
Okay, yeah. Well, so the Sage is going
แต่มันก็เล่นได้แหละ
เส
มัน
ก
ก็
โอ
เล่นได้
เมน
Scuba, I think that has also been having is a little bit more of a silent hero, at least in my eyes. I wonder how much Odin we're going to
เส
get
กโอเมน
from
ไว
the
ส์
Oh, we're going to get a lot of Odin.
Yeah, you
อีก
guys.
สองคนเลือกอะไร
I think
อะ
that we should put that in the shot call.
แพ้แค่
โยนรู้
ชี้
เนี่ยนะ
แอดมิน
Is
อะ
this bro going to take by this half? Can we make that happen,
Yeah,
please?
I totally agree with that. We expect to see that without a doubt, but it is important to note here that for both of these squads, right, it kind of is just.
เดี๋ยวว่างๆเดี๋ยวเขาเล่นโยนรู้ให้เธอดูดีกว่า
รอดูรอดู
Map has to just be one after another. Otherwise, you're going to get consumed by the moment, and before you know it, you lose the game.
Absolutely.
Oh, it is.
Especially so for people like Mata. This is such a paramount map for him to perform at. If he doesn't play well on this jet, so much of
ไม่มี
energy
สแกนอะนะ
defense becomes all the more difficult. If he can get an op up early, if he can
อ๋อเป็นไปซะว่าแล้ว
play
Fnatic
the
ดี
rest of this
อ๋อ
tournament, he's going to be such a force payer for Fnatic to have to deal with.
And for all of those plays, of
สวัส
course,
ดี
we
นะคะ
have
สวัสดี
to
คน
look
ดู
back
3 คน
and
นะคะ
see
สามารถกดติดตามแล้วพิมพ์คอมเมนต์กันได้นะ
and on the other side, crushes. Let's see who knows each other a little
แม
bit
ป
better.
วิน
Who has that experience,
คอม
who has that
แพ็ค
Same goes to some.
3.33 ว่ะ
It's time to start the upper final, our first map here
ใครเป็นคน
at
พลิก
the
วะ
Accor Arena, and we've got
333 433 333 ฝั่งนู้นคือแบบ NRG คือแบบคอมนี่100%เลยนะ
Thank you so much, GB. And where to start?
อาจจะเป็นช่วงแบบทดลองไงของไฟนาติกไม่แต่เตะแล้วนะ
first, right? We love
แต่ก็เล่นได้แหละมันเล่นได้
I mean, Ethan's already lifted that trophy once before, but I guess it's a
แต่กิน
very different
บ
looking
วย
team.
ป่ะ
There's a short list of players
บวย
that you
เจ็บ
say
ไหม
you
อะ
want
ต้องซื้อ
coming
บวย
into
เจ็
an
บไหม
arena like this versus a team like Fnatic, and Ethan
He's one of
makes the cut every single
ดู
time.
มันตาแฉวเนี่ย
ให้แมว
บอก
แต่
เลย
หูไม่เหมือนกัน แมวปกติก็หูไม่เหมือนกันอยู่แล้วนะ
to the pressure that comes with this, but this is a roster that I think will live or die under that pressure.
แต่ไม่มีแมวที่ไหนน่ารักเท่าเขาแล้ว
ครับ
I'm looking at Marta here. I think Mimi's last point on the
ไม่เธอ
desk.
ต้องตอบว่าจริง
It's a big map to
มีจริง
deliver on, a lot of pressure on his shoulders. Now, on the other side, Fnatic, right? The most
Well, again,
winningest
where do you
team,
start?
right?
Where do you start? Yeah.
But still missing that one title.
Yeah.
That one accolade, the one that everyone wants. Yeah, Cron's been there before, but as This 5, Mike, it feels like it's the closest they've ever been.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, Boaster's brought 11 different players to a playoff stage of a global event, but I can honestly, hand on heart, say this is the one that I've had least doubts about now that we're here.
Yes.
Facing off against NRG will be the first opponent that they have to topple this weekend. Starting out on a center
ดู
as
ออก
well.
จากร่างกายลอยอยู่บนหัว
I don't want to say a little bit of a curveball, but certainly in terms of the front side of this veto,
พิสตอลลาว
have to get off to a flying start here.
ถ้าเกิดดูจากสกอร์ตอนนี้ฝั่ง Fnatic มีได้เปรียบกว่า
Fnatic on the attack, and hey, take a moment, breathe it in. We know it's Fnatic. It's going to take a second or two.
Fnatic have been much more proactive again. The big criticism domestically has been hesitation in the mid round. You know, the plans in place have been robust,
เจอไหม
they've fallen short a few times.
ไม่เจอหลังวอล
Taking that space through B main, posting up on this, so they can free up that rotate, right? This is the correct read thus far. Players for NRG in the correct side of the map. Now again, don't fall for it just yet. Fnatic will run that clock low, but this is a minute, and that's a fantastic paranoia. And there's the flash. You look at it.
อุ้ยแฟลชสวยมาก
It's a whip of a star, but Som right back into it. 3 big kills.
เป็นเลยที่แต่ว่าไม่ได้นะฮะ
No, Boaster. Excuse me? Boaster, you're on 20 HP, bro. What are you doing? This is madness. Marder on the other side's made it over, and he's got the spike on that side of the door. Boaster's options. Well, I guess you can open it again.
You're going to try and slow things down here, but huge advantage from Marder in the pistol round.
เอายังไง
Just has to
เอายัง
hold
ไง
on to this position now.
Has he added just enough doubt for Marder yet? Boaster
แล้วสกิล
taking this
หมด
pause
เหลือ
for
แค่
thought,
สโม
trying
ก
to
อันเดียวที่
imply
กำลังจะกลับมา
he could be going elsewhere, he could be anywhere else. And I like the Marder's fallen away from this, playing safe, allowing Boaster just enough space. But the smoke's good, the pre-fire's there. Oh, that was a nice little headshot. Nice try, but can we just talk about Som there, like quietly getting 4?
Went absolutely huge again. Ethan a little sloppy on the exit from that smoke, but Som on the cleanup is absolutely huge here.
แพ้ปืนอ่ะ
Look, don't worry, you'll be facing me. You swing, get 3.
ไม่แพ้เลือดด้วยแพ้เลือดด้วยจริงๆเพราะว่าฝั่งนู้นเขาเลือดเต็ม ถ้าเลือดพอกันนะเขาจบ
ใช่
แต่ฮันดีเลย์
Absolutely.
ใช่ฮันดีเลย์ไม่เป็นไรเธอไม่เป็นไรเราทีเนี้ยเราต้องไอ้นี่แหละ
For Som, Marder's going to pick up a deep
ต้องอะไร
angle here. But the body's on the other side of
เรา
this.
ต้อง
ปัง
ห้ามสปอยห้ามสปอยที่ละไม่ใช่
So Kaya going to be punished on this, and there's no early or easy beginnings here. You're looking at Alpha just with that Sheriff. Could maybe do something, but again, Marder, I like this line. Again, he's willing to fall on this, willing to stick his life on the line for it, and a missed shot there.
แล้วพี่เมย์ก็ไปโหดร้ายโหดรุนไม่ต้อง
Just soaking in the farm. NRG. Lovely start here. 'Cause look, this is not just a big stage like we were talking about before, Mike. This is the arena quality.
Yeah, exactly. And all
ไม่เป็นไร
the
ไม่
things
เป็นไร
we're talking about,
แคชชี่คุง
it would be such a
เขาใช้
huge
เธอ
positive
รู้ไหม
for
ทุกวัน
NRG
เนี่ย
to get
เป้า
couple
ที่
of
เขา
these
เล่น
players
อ่ะ
online
เป็นเป้า
feeling
ของแคช
comfortable
ชี่
in
เว้ย
these early rounds, particularly in the set
1 4
as well.
2 2
Well, I think it is key that
แม่ง
they're
ตั้ง
going to
ค่า
take
จ
some
น
space
จำได้
away,
แล้ว
really apply that
เป้ามัน
I
ยิง
mean,
ดี
the pressure in terms of the mid round, forcing Fnatic to make decisions, or even forcing them to adapt. Maybe play a little later into that unknown of the late rounds.
โอ้ย
And there's a switch up here already, seeing Marder over towards short.
ค้างโอเคมาแล้ว
Maybe looking to punish that late rotation through middle, as we've been seeing. Bit of a switch up of the setup as well. So Scuba positioned over towards B, all towards that side. Now it is a bonus for NRG. Fnatic need to get a bit of a grip on this game.
But actually pretty well invested
ส
from
วัสดี
NRG.
นะคะ
Talking
สวัสดี
about
ทุกคนนะ
everybody
คะ
throwing something in the previous poster. Clearance here on
นึกถึงเกม
Samara.
ผีเลยจริงๆวาโลก็เป็นเกมผีนะครับ
ใช่ว่าเราเป็น
Little isolated, does have support, but already walled off. So Kaya clears the route forward. This bonus going exactly how Fnatic would have wanted, right? They've dealt with 2 of the initial players. I mean, there's still a bit of a threat on B, but Scuba's got to do some serious stuff here.
Yeah, I mean, the stuff as well. If Ethan gets locked out.
ลายตัวเองด้วยทั้ง
As
นั้น
Fnatic now set their sights towards Scuba. Connection there onto Alpha. Unfortunate not to find a kill.
But also the paranoia goes wide. Scuba's played in on this, not by much, but there's a window of chance.
สงสารเลยอ่ะ
They line up. There was an opportunity there. Good damage done still. Look at Alpha's HP. Kayak a little wounded, but it's Ethan and Sol to try and bridge that gap. It would be wild if they get back into this site.
Absolutely. Som just look to try and do some further damage here. We'll find Kayak.
He's expecting that swing again.
They can shepherd them in.
And they've seen him. They've absolutely seen Kron, but this guy is ice cold. He knows that Som would have wanted a bit of that, so Kron gonna backpedal away slightly further. Good damage done. That should pretty much seal this round. Secure it. 3 surviving for Fnatic if they can make it out. You're looking at Alpha here. Gonna be smoked through. And there it is. Boaster allowing the exit away from the site. Fnatic make it out with 3.
And a real chance for NRG to do some massive financial damage here, but able to escape with 3 weapons here. Boaster looking dialed in today. It looked like a nice clearance from the other angle here. Like I said, at the point at which Ethan's kind of locked out of this, it makes it really difficult for NRG to really contest ahead of this site hit, but again with the Bulldog in backside.
This is a big
ดูเพลินเลย
purchase. Odin out for Brock.
ตอนนี้เธอกำลังดีเลย์เพลินเลยด้วย
And the operator for Marder. This is a big investment. And I wonder how aware Fnatic are that this is going to be a go-to look for them.
อันน่ะดีเลยนิดดีเลยหน่อยไม่เป็นไรหรอก
Sent up towards mid. Kayak's actually going to commit to that. Apply some pressure here.
Alvaro should have seen it.
เดี๋ยวครั้งหน้านะเดี๋ยวเขาจะสตรีมไอ้นี่เลยในกล่องออดิโอ
Is now watching this angle, and you can see the damage that could be done in a second. Has to fall away. Still fine, I guess, with the operator on 8 HP, but it's not the start they would have wanted. Mid one out by Fnatic.
เป็ด
Being, I was going to say, Boaster looked
ไม่
as
เค
if
ย
he
ดู
was
ARG เหมือนกันนะเนี่ย
towards A main. Som has firm control over that area right now. Fnatic will regroup over towards mid, and actually a trade out of the spike here. Boaster will return to A main. And Ethan will be tested here, actually. Finds Kayak ahead of contact.
Yeah, that looked like just a little pixel angle on the corner. Maybe just had a little glance down and
มาแปลคุณหุยแต่คุณไม่รู้อะไร
to claim. And I love the fact that the extremities are held. This feels like NRG have prepped in this regard. Get them on deep lines here, but it takes patience. Reward for Marder.
ก่อนนะ
Brutal beginning. Now look at how hard it is to fall to these sites.
I think they're going to try and wrap A here, I think.
It looks like the way they're trailing up towards that CT side, but again, that's 3 players you're coming up against, and you still don't have that full info on that A main push-up. And Scuba's already considering it. Smart work. This just might Peter out.
Yeah. Just going to tuck into spawn here and hold on to what they've got. And I think a little razzled here by this exchange in the mid-round that completely stops them in their tracks. They don't have any tangibles to work upon.
But I feel like this is such a simplistic but great answer from NRG, and I want to see Fnatic adapt. There's nothing new about, okay, they're slow defaulting on us, they're working the map really late, cool, let's take a claim on the extremities. Let's take that map space, right? Deep lines with the operator, Som, lovely presence towards A main, and just try and not feed down middle, right? They've done this. So set the tone back here. There's what Ethan saw. Wasn't much.
Well, actually, it gets up to the other end to find the spam. But that's the crucial kill here. That's, like I said, the spike is off. They're actually setting up.
เนี่ยจบดีเลย์แล้วเอาตัวเองกลับมา
And the one, how many times do we talk about one kill changing the entirety of Fnatic's game plan?
A little bit more committed from Marder this time, but
ตอนนี้ของที่รักเหลือ2 วิ 1
ไม่อะ
First time we're seeing
จบไปตั้งนานแล้ว
เริ่มแล้ว
towards at least challenging earlier on B main, and this time obviously Marder not there. Nice shock dart though.
Chronicle retrieve the orb here. First time you've seen a commitment of 3 actually outside B for NRG.
But I like this re-clear from Brock. Well timed, but I don't think he's going to get the check under the box. Did he see him? No! Massive
Big
work
punish.
from Kron. That's lovely cerebral play from him. Tucked in the corner, waiting for that re-clear.
And this is the checklist that you want to see Fnatic go through after they lose a few rounds.
ประมาณ7 วิน่ะ ที่เราดีเลยห่างกัน
Chronicle will hold on to the spaces. Actually, Fnatic make massive moves up mid.
But I think Ethan read that, so Brock now gets called into line. How do they want to face it? Falls away from that first contact towards Switch, playing deeper towards backside. TP gets considered, but actually cancelled. Still, slow and steady march from Fnatic here, but Brock is a problem to clear. Mouse one held down, it's just deleted Alpha. Big player out of this round, but quickly dealt with by Kayak.
Gonna come Boaster with the backstab here. Actually gets Ethan. We'll catch him.
Didn't expect that.
Does open up a side, but Som is still there.
But it's only got a judge. I mean, I say that.
Well,
if they go through heaven.
If they drop through heaven here,
My God, they don't think Som's going to be here. They heard that TP
เอาว่า
earlier.
และจัดด้วย
He might have played him like a fiddle. 14 seconds.
เออ นั่นแหละว่าแล้วจัด
What a stop from him. That's all he's got to do. Round one. Perfect play from Som.
It's a roll of the dice from Fnatic. Again, I hate to come back to the same thing. They're on their feet already.
พลังของซอมและจัดของเขา
Where Fnatic will drift into a huge question mark on the map. Again, you spread wide in this default. You have
ทุกคน
information.
วันนี้ก็อาจจะเห็นแฟนในอีกมุมหนึ่งด้วยค่ะ
ทำไมเหรอ
It's just such
เพราะ
a
ว่า
gamble, and it's
แฟนกำลังจะ
something
กลาย
we've
ร่าง
seen Fnatic absolutely fumble repeatedly this
ใช่
year.
ปกติมันเป็นคนเชียร์บอลเลยจะกลายร่างเนี่ย
Question marking, could it be with this IGL, this coach, who it was? But also, when I saw Marta and Som standing up, I'm seeing Ethan grinning. I'm seeing that little grin on the face because you know you've got them on
นา
the
ติขอ
first.
ทำเอาฮะ
I think Ethan is probably dialed into that. Okay, guys.
ไฟน่าจะเป็นทีมที่ขอทำเอาค่อนข้างไวอยู่นะเขาว่า
So good right now.
ก็ไม่แปลก
You're gonna run
4 ตา 5 ตา ก็ถ้าแพ้รวดก็ทำเอาเลย
Ethan's mind was built in that sort of cage,
รี
right?
บทำเอาก่อน ก่อนจะมีปัญหาดีก
You
ว่า
roll your mind back and you flip his name backwards.
ก่อนเกมจะตาม
You
เกิน
remember
ไป
this guy's dealt with this for years. So again, I think the NRG could be the team to exploit it. Now, this is where the layers come in, though, right? Fnatic have depth. They have a great coaching staff. They have a great IGL, and they got firepower.
ทันเคยกัดคนไหม
Now, I don't want to see Boaster at the top of the board. That's great for him. Where's your Kron? Where's your Kayak? Where's
ไม่
your
เคย
Alpha?
อ่ะ
We need the big dogs back
แต่
out.
น่าจะมีคนแถวนี้โดนอยู่แหละ
To
ห
come
นูว่านะ
to the composition here on the attacking side in terms of how do you
ตอนนี้
remedy this? How
12
do
วิ
you
ป่ะเธอ
problem solve these sorts of
ตอนนี้
issues?
เหรอ
We've got Alpha on the stage where,
5
again,
4
yes, he can go
3
forwards, but in terms of some
ห้า
of the plans
สี่
we see here,
สาม
Fnatic
ส
aren't
อง
really
หนึ่ง
putting themselves in positions
ดีเลย
to take 2v2s,
อะไร
take
อะไร
3v3s. They're looking for these solo kills.
And Kron's on the op. Oh, the Amada! You can't play silly games like that. Peeking through the smoke is not going to be rewarded. But Braun trying to levy that. Big damage from Cat. Does he catch the creep up? I don't think they've seen the player over towards Sabrosa. So there's a lot of players close by here. And I think Marta just put on notice a little. Kron absolutely outdoing him in that.
He's going to get caught by the drone here. The fragment in just to prevent it. That's it.
โอ้โห
The spammo is perfect.
Ethan
โอ้
in an arena
ไล่
battle
ไล่ที่
just gets
ไล่ที่
more
แฮ
and
ชชี่
more dangerous, but a slow lean towards A, right? Slow work
พิ
from
ธานแม่งออก
outside coming on over. But they got Stingers, Guardians, a much weaker purchase. And look who's ready. The Guardian of the A side, Som. Still got the paranoia, still got the judge.
ซอมกับจัดของเขาอีกแล้ว
Seconds, a little earlier than normal. The dart scans nothing.
Looking for a little bit of chip damage in here. The wall will go up, but it's removed immediately. Oh, the judge Boaster's found one blind though.
That's huge from Boaster.
อืม
Aren't going to be in now. No easy upgrades. Maybe you could pick. I mean, it's a judge, so it's still not ideal.
Boaster
สเปรย์
trying
จั
to
ด
hold on to control here, but Ethan's found Alpha on the way in. Actually,
อู้อัน
commitment
ตี
of
เล
the
ย
op
ฮะ
here.
โอ้
They get out of it though. Boaster looking to
เอา
shut
เอา
them
ปืน
out as
อันตี
well.
แหละปืนตามอยู่
Boaster
อะ
again! Ridiculous! Both IGLs
Ooh.
have to do so much here. Ethan and Brock on one side, Kron and Kayak on the other. Operator still in play for Kron. That's the back line. Darts here, Spike's starting to tick though. They've got to make a move. And Kron digging deep. Starting this round and may just end it. Kayak
เรียบร้อย
last kill. But Fnatic having to dig deep there.
Absolutely.
เรียบร้อย
A huge positive to come out of the timeout here and immediately see that response. Again, again the game
เพราะว่า
plan here for NRG is to
ช่วง
concede this space.
วันไหนที่เราสตรีมไว้เนี่ยสตรีมดูแข่งกันอะเพราะว่าเขากับเธอต้องไอ้นี่แล้วแหละ
Exchange in mid.
อยู่บ้านเดียวกัน
Really, really awkward for NRG actually.
ไม่ดีเลยแน่นอน
Ethan committing the no command in a situation that's
เขาสักวันหนึ่งเขาจะต้องทำแบบนั้นให้ได้เว้ย
but maybe just to quell
การยิง
any
ออฟที่แบบ
sort of rush
ค
with
มๆแบบ
lesser
นั้นอะ
weapons and for him to
เขา
get
จะยิงไม่ได้
overwhelmed
ใน
in
ไล
that
น์
situation.
อือฮึ
แพชชั่น
Find their second. Chronicles.
Free fire in the spam.
Yeah. Chronicles still on the operator
แป๊บ
as
เดียว
well.
คนนี้เขาเลื่อนเลยเลื่อนเลยแค่นั้นแล้ว
At
อะ
some point, we see that kind of filtered through so many people's hands here. Marta on the adjustment too, playing off of Cat rather than middle. And look how deep NRG are sitting on this. Maybe re-clearing mid now, but Marta might just get face checked here. Fnatic slowly getting closer. And there it is.
โอ้โห
Big shot from
ก็
Alpha.
ใกล้เกิน
Follow up from Kron. Mid cleared. First challenger is found. The site's now vulnerable.
And some still hopping about with the judge over towards A here. Kayak going to spot out.
อาจจะเองตัวเอง
It's still really on Som though, isn't it? The paranoia goes in. You're not going to gap close down. That felt a little too far. And now the site's very open. There's the reaction from Fnatic, right? They found out their solution. And I guess it's digging deeper as well towards middle. Willing to try this out. A couple of, I don't want to say missed shots from Marta, but outdone here.
No, but it's the isolation that's key, right? It's like I said, Fnatic usually are looking to receive any sort of aggression on their attack default. Here they are proactively clearing Marta in a couple
ค้างเฉย
of rounds now. I guess in terms of the bigger picture, right? Talking about Marta coming online early, but
cooled off a little bit.
Yeah, now if Fnatic are able to continually isolate him, could be a concern to note. But actually, just out, sorry to butt in there. Kayak obviously using his ultimate here, but Fnatic looking very healthy in terms of this ult cycle. Will be a little ahead of NRG in that regard, and the funds now starting to dwindle a little bit.
เน็ตผม
Nice from Scuba, really nice. So fought for his weapon there.
We'll give Scuba the ult as well, actually. On the back of that, the only one that's going to be available here. Marta one away from the knives.
Now, I'm almost wanting steps been made by Fnatic. This is how they want to unravel middle. And it's worked, right? We've had a couple of rounds now. I think credit to Kron on some of this. Also Boaster on that kind of half-fire.
Yeah, being as well, if someone's going to commit towards the judge, well, it has done for a couple of rounds now. If he can get isolated on either of those choke points, you can't really play the range there. So credit to Fnatic to identify
อันนี้ดูผ่าน
that
รีแอคหรือดูผ่านอะไร
as well.
ก็พอรีเพลย์เสร็จใช่ไหมเขากดลูกศรขวาทีนึงเร่งไป5วิอะไรอย่างนี้ เร่ง5วิเร่ง10วิขึ้นมาให้ทันตามเวลา
Yeah, it's really difficult for him to anchor in that position.
No, and again, look, when we look at NRG, you've got to keep them in the conversation about being a high-tier team. They have to be able to adapt back here. It can't be a one-look approach. We know Fnatic have that depth. They've proven that time and time again. And again, highlighting this adjustment coming out is wonderful. They've broken the purchase now as well from NRG. There's going to be those two remaining guns, right? We had the Odin, and I'm not seeing it land as much with Brock this time. I haven't seen it be as influential as it felt early on.
Sure, but I do want to come back to Chronicle sticking on the operator as well, knowing that he's going to kind of be solo on these extremities. He can kind of play both sides of it, right? Pick up a very, very deep angle, wait for somebody to drift forwards. And punish that aggression, which is, I think, initially probably what NRG want to tap into. Certainly on the defensive side here. Again, we were talking before they started about in terms of the prep for NRG. There are certain elements of anti that you can put in place versus Fnatic, but they're so good at switching things up historically that it's not something you can just come in with a
one trick.
One trick that will suit you for an entirety of a half.
It might get you 2-3 rounds.
Yeah.
Which is kind of where we're at right now. So this is now the test back, but this round, again, you're looking at the buy here. Chronicle hyper aware. Obviously, the most they're coming up against is a couple of light shields.
Yeah.
So the Outlaw should be just fine. Beyond that, on the other side of things, as said, those two remaining weapons. Scuba still has the ult and a couple of sheriffs to round it out. But for Fnatic, it's Na'Vi-esque rounds, right? Slow, steady. You don't want to fall into a trap, which we know that NRG would happily run here. So, utility noted. Crashy showing a bit of presence.
Got to deal with the wall as well here. Probably draw eyes from NRG. See on the other side, this is Boaster and Alpha to look for potentially a counter swing.
That's a horrible outline I see on short as well.
Yes.
This.
Yeah.
Vile. Alpha. This is sketchy. And Rolf's got his first target. And that was the spike too. That's the problem here. But there needs to be some counter paranoias from both sides. What is that? NRG! Bring down the vice in middle, just crunching this out. And now it's just protect the spike.
ไม่ค้างอยู่แล้วอ่ะ
Can't get near. Marta's trying to fire up as well. As Kron
โดนออฟทิ้งเลย
Smart work from him.
อันนี้เธอดีเลย
ใช่คือก็เมื่อกี้ที่เขาบอกว่าค้างไง ค้างประมาณ3 วิ
and it goes down as the forward play. Like I said, Alpha and Boaster looking for something up here. The counter paranoia to slow down any further aggression.
ท่านเป็นคนที่เกลียดโอดินมากที่สุดในปืนในเกม
So NRG are
สู้หันสู้ไม่ค่อยได้
in position to capitalize on this.
อยาก
And that's the sort of
เขาอยาก
game
โคม
plan that's going to
คอสเพลย์ทีจอย
really test Fnatic here in the first half.
And look how fragile their money was. They
น่า
can
เข้ากับเขาอยู่
fashion together a weird
ลองดูดิ
purchase, but it's a frenzy with Boaster. At least a Vandal with Alpha, but that's about it. So a
I
quick
mean, what, you
swing
get
around.
flawless in your eco round for
Yeah.
NRG, so it's
อันนี้แปลกันเองเหรอวะ
such a huge boost.
ใช่
First time we're seeing it this
ไปกันเอง
direct though, right? And Crash is taking a boatload of damage on the way from the shock darts on site. Ethan towards Market. Marder on CT and Brock playing towards stairs. Fnatic being held in the choke.
แหมถ้ายิงเร็วกว่านี้อีกสักนิด
The
นะ
reads are on point for
Look at
NRG
Som
right now.
up in middle as well. Love this. Tuck towards
แพ้
top
คุณ
mid.
แม่
He's
อี
going to
ซี่
hear
ไหม
these rotations. So this is a big call coming out here if you can hear this. Again, arena
easy
stage,
man.
little different. So
Oh,
you
di
go
khap,
to
di
the other side
khap.
of the map now. Scuba needs to be locked in. He is
Iya.
catching Boaster. This is perfect work again. NRG, I can't credit enough how well they're approaching this.
Absolutely.
Crash has no idea, man.
ไม่ไม่
This is just a checkmate again. Crashy, he's got to be so careful. Som's got his number on the other side.
Of course, it's Som on the
ต
other
องเหมือน
side.
การ
This
เล่น
is
นะ
เป็นเม็ดการถึงวันสุดท้ายแล้ว
Now 40 seconds left on the clock. Try and recover something, but you've noted it already. Going to be in a position to hear this rotation.
And
See,
there
already
it is.
Alpha's made good progress, but not on site just yet.
And there's still a cross being watched as well. Scuba, yes, a little bit deeper now, but again, safe-ish pair of hands, 20 seconds. You've heard the rotations, and now he's been
แล้วทำไมมันชอบค้างช็อต
Scuba
นี้
does well to find the kill, and now they know the cross is coming in. It can be caught and punished.
คนที่โก้
Perfect plan undone. NRG
โอ้
fully in control
นั่นแหละนั่นแหละตัดอินเตอร์โอดินอินเตอร์ปัญหา
Kron could try and stand, but NRG perfection.
จำไม่ได้ว่าใครเป็นคนพลิกแมปมาก่อน
They
อ่ะ
need to find a way to punish this proactivity from NRG. 6-3 scoreline now.
แต่คิดว่าน่าจะเป็นทาง ARG พลิกแมปมาก่อน
Alpha's had his res for 2 or 3 rounds now. But if they want to actively go for an engagement here to try and swing the pendulum back in their favor, it has to come here in round 10.
I can't stress it enough though for Fnatic. This is their map choice. This,
แก
I mean,
ที่ยัง
it's
ไม่ได้สั
looking
ก
very
ตัวเลย
one-dimensional again from Fnatic.
Yes.
We credit the mid rounds, but again, in terms of it's the attacking side, damage control, it's not enough for me so far.
again, the protocol list here from NRG, I can't say it enough. You're already looking towards that A side. You've got Som on a bit of a deeper line. Still keeps his paranoia in case he gets in trouble, but he's been playing up on this. Now, can Fnatic punish it?
Yeah, still just, even at this point, so many question marks. Kayak now dealt with in mid. Marta immediately able to disengage. A chance for the res here. Come fairly early on in the round.
There's the Hunter's Fury
here to counter.
Brock was ready for this one. Did get, I think, a tag on this. 2 tags, I'm pretty sure, and probably the spam. That's got to be a little bit worrying. They'll catch on Alpha on the way out, but we're about 45 seconds, and they haven't really broken down a door yet.
No.
You've got Marder on a deep line over towards B.
Say, look at wine
Freeze
as
up
well.
rotation,
Oh.
and that is a problem. No matter how close you get, there is still an issue. They've actually snuck through. Kayak clearing through tree and getting close towards sight, but the back line is not safe. Ethan's still here. It's a bit of a topsy-turvy round. They want the plant for something on their side. But
Nobody's
Brock,
holding.
what is that? No way! Of Fnatic making these mistakes, and Brock is breaking their back. That's unreal. You don't see
มุ
that
ม
level
มุม
of
เสีย
error.
อ๋อ
Fnatic
ถ้าลง
look
มา
flustered,
สวยแฮชชี่
Absolutely locked out of this half now. Crashies, last one
อย่างน้อยอย่างน้อย
alive,
เซฟได้
but
ก็
find a consolation
โอ
at
เค
least. NRG really too
แอน
interested
ซี
in
แอนซีแอนซี
เห็น
feeding
เฉพาะ
any
คนดู
further
เห็น
into
เฉพาะ
this.
คนดู ฝั่ง
NRG will
ฝั่งตรง
find
ข้ามเห็นเฉพาะคน
another
ดู
round
สิ
here, 7
ถ้าผู้เล่นเห็นด้วย
to
ก็
scoreline,
โกงเกินหนูว่าแฮกแล้วอย่างนั้น
outside of that, the bigger picture certainly
3 kills, Kayak 5, Kron 7. I mean, it's not terrible. but
Crashies in a 1 and 8.
Yeah, Crashies.
Usually very, very
ตอนดีเลย์อะคือมุมมองที่ผู้เล่น
efficient
เห็น
here on Ascent in
คนที่อ
particular.
ยู่ใต้ข้างล่างคนที่อยู่กำแพงอะไรอย่างเงี้ยมองไม่เห็น
NRG, look very comfortable up on the stage.
What a starting move from them. Their opening
เพราะว่า
foray into
เกม
this
มันจะ
has
เปลี่ยน
sent
อาจ
a
จะเปลี่ยนตอน
loud
กัน
message
เล็กน้อย
to
ไม่
Fnatic.
น้อย
They are ready. and they
73
absolutely know what you're
Chairman.
up to.
หรือเชื่อมันในไอ้นี่
Really
ใช่ไหม
haven't shown much in
รอ 93 ก็ได้
versatility
ฟนาติก
here.
อ่ะ
And if they can recover this to potentially 4 or 5 rounds, but they'll do it here with just a hero rifle for Crashies. Sheriff's elsewhere. Ethan gonna punish Craig once more up mid.
เอ้า
Get around.
Not much just yet, yeah.
Oh, the timing, man. You can't get away from it. Crashy's still
เอาอีกแล้วเอาอีกแล้ว
now. The Odin just
มาตรฐานนี้โอดีมันโกงจริงๆนะแบบ
now Kron already considered.
เอาอีกแล้ว
มันวอลแมนได้เกือบทุกที่เลยอ่ะ
And it's light work for Brock. I don't think he saw 3 of them.
เดี๋ยวน้องลุกขึ้นไปแท็กคอมอีกแล้วค่ะทุกคน
Twisting the
อย่า
knife
เพิ่ง
now.
ดึงหันลงมานั่งก่อน
Fnatic have to freeze behind the vice ball here, just wait to stack up potentially on the back of the paranoia, but there's not enough time to do that versus Raw.
Bro, you guys don't know how to play.
Give it, Marta.
Well, I think certainly, at least here in the opening half of this series, Marta potentially a question mark again, numerically not necessarily reflected here, but looking very comfortable. Marta again on the hunt.
อุ้ย
High risk,
And that's
high
the sort of thing,
reward.
definitely feeling it to be put in a position like that.
And why not? Get in their face, make it hurt, remind them that they are mortal. Boaster is desperately trying. You actually can't even question him. He is trying his heart out here. But down to 3, finally Fnatic have an advantage up on 4. Breaking through on towards the B side, fighting forward. Crashy's going to take away Ethan.
ลงไปนอนซะ
Now you got to look at the last 2. Scooper and Brock are locked out of this side. Spike is clearing through steadily.
No chance of the res coming through here. Fnatic just going to freeze to secure the kill, wait for a smoke. Cover across it.
โอ้ยเอาอีกแล้วโอ้แบง
They can't lose this. This round is so essential, so critical. Kron still has ult. There it is. Nicely timed. I think they can get one out. That's it. So you still got Brock here. Gonna invest the ult. Why not? Maybe clear backside. Doesn't get the tag, so it implies this up-close play from Kron. Late investment from the wall. Lovely from him. And look how disconnected you've got Boaster here. Super deep as Kayak actually not looking so pretty. 10 HP gets cleared. No way. Chronicle needs to be the backbone here because Scuba has slipped ahead, but he's classic form from Chronicle at the end there. But an 8-4 scoreline should shake Fnatic.
84ฮะ
Good in terms of the recovery here to at least get it to this point. Again, Marta in this last round.
แต่ใช้ได้นะ
The
แบบ
flash is perfect as well, by the way.
จบ
If he's not
84
caught immediately, he can
ตา
shut
สุดท้าย
this
ชนะขึ้นมา
entire
เนี่ย
play down.
No, the plan has looked good. Initially from NRG, they've staked their claim.
เธอก็ส่งอะไรไปให้ได้ดี
Big,
ดูดิ
big statement to start with on a map that sat incredibly well historically for Fnatic. Now we need to see what the bounce back looks like. So while we wait for the second half, we're going to check in with Lou and hear from Fnatic's Superstar.
Et bonjour l'Accor Arena, bonjour et bienvenue, welcome everyone to our big arena here in Paris, and look who I have with me, the best sub in Paris, Doma. It's a pleasure to have you here first of all, and the first question I wanted to ask you is, I think you did the guys the best gift, right, by qualifying them to the top 3, subbing in and stuff. You might have thought that you were going to chill at home watching champs and stuff, so how does it feel, you know, being a part of it and seeing the boys on the big stage?
I mean, obviously, I played already in champs, went to some as a sub, but yeah, I mean, it feels good. It was a big shock getting to stay here, but yeah, I mean, overall, super nice.
Super nice and everyone is proud of you too. Donc première question, t'as peut-être cru que t'allais pouvoir chiller à la maison, regarder les champions tranquilles et finalement t'en fais partie. C'est toi qui as qualifié les garçons ici au top 3, donc qu'est-ce que ça fait? C'est un feeling incroyable, j'ai déjà joué aux Champions mais là c'est spécial, c'était un gros choc pour moi d'être appelé pour jouer, donc évidemment très fier. And not only the boys but also Alfire owes you on this one, so you know, how did he thank you after that victory and why do you think he will be in his prime today?
I mean, he thanked me by giving me a big hug when I came back to the prac room. Obviously, me and him are friends from last year. We spent the whole month in Korea, so we know each other really well. And yeah, I mean, just a big hug and a thank you.
Yeah, big hug and thank you. And why will he be in his prime?
I mean, I think it feels bad a bit for him for missing the last game, you know, failing the boys, not being able to play. So I think he'll just be in the zone today and absolutely farm it.
He wants to show it even better. Donc deuxième question, Alpha qui n'était pas là, comment il t'a remercié? Il m'a fait un énorme câlin quand on est rentré dans la prac room. On est potes depuis Séoul, on a passé beaucoup de temps ensemble et je pense qu'il va être à son prime parce que ça lui a manqué de jouer la dernière game et donc il va tout nous donner aujourd'hui. Thank you for joining me. Now let's see if Alpha can take the win.
เป็นโป๊ะ
Well, look, Fnatic have turned some games around.
So, yes, goes without saying that they have, I mean, cemented themselves as the kings of comebacks.
Yeah, so don't write them off yet. I know it's an 8-4. I know, I get it. And obviously here, before you have a little check-in. It looks like Brock's up there this time, but hey, take your pick, right? Because Marta, again, sitting on 6-7, but the impact alone from him, fantastic. But again, we look here at can they turn this around? They've probably faced worse odds at this point, Fnatic. But NRG, it felt like they had the read.
Certainly. I think the concern being actually the defensive side versus DRX is where Fnatic also struggled a little bit on Ascent. Yes. You're talking about historically looked fairly comfortable here, but kind of dipped their toes in a very different composition, which we know is heavily antied, which almost forced the hand of Fnatic, right?
Yeah.
Certainly still looking for the next sort of level for this composition, but NRG looking to strike while the iron is hot.
Yeah, straight up the guts here. No messing about. Scuba, Marta, the clear wall early. And I like this early conditioning, early checking of utility, kind of establishing awareness and actually following them behind this. I do wonder if they still continue to try and split towards market or even look for a pick on Crashies.
Yeah, Crashies.
อะไรจะมาบอกว่าผมเป็นคนบาปได้ยังไงเหรอ
Big information, but I'm not sure what he's seen on the other side of that, but certainly will put Fnatic onto high alert here.
And look, I was
connection now to Kron actually.
Yeah, I was complimenting before NRG taking space on the extremities. Have to do the same for Kayak as well, seeing a little bit deeper on towards that B main side. So if they carry on this pathing, look at the choke point. It's a brutal crossfire, but I love this reclear potentially. As long as NRG can stay stable here and no one reclears them, rechecks on this, it's a crunch on Kayak. Whether he lives or dies by this could define the round. And the knife goes in, Kayak does he live. He takes down one that's spotted. Look at Marta finally has to get involved. But this is still a great start from him. And now you're looking at who's tucked on the side. It's Kron. The man present gets beheaded, but wait, it's just Brock. Oh!
Just Brock.
Yeah, my bad. I take it back already. Booster on 15. Alpha still standing. Gap being closed. They're already close towards the side. Pause for thought. Take a second. Alpha clearing through. Has a look. The timing here. 7 seconds on dot. Did he get seen? I don't think so.
Does have a chance to ping here. I'm not sure if Fnatic is trying to buy some time for the heal here.
Where do they think he is? They are taking so long on this. Are they waiting on this heal?
I think they might be waiting for the heal, but there's going to be so much time past here.
Have they waited too long? My
God,
no!
Oh,
Caught in indecision. Fnatic flourish.
I think Brock is expecting them to be slowly making progress towards side here, but
เอาให้แน่ใจก่อนนะแบบ
Unreal.
Just a few seconds left to spare here. Again, I didn't catch when the heal was used actually in the mid round there, but maybe just waiting on potentially the smoke come up, then thinking I've only got another 10 seconds to wait out. But I mean, Kayak
แล้วไม่โดนบายซอมอ่ะ
well to avoid this paranoia.
บายใกล้ไปไง
Again, does get wrapped through market, but
เดินหลบออกมาได้
Crashies a boaster.
There it was.
Both, yeah, just finding kills at the right moment of the round where NRG are basically about to plant the flag.
Yeah, it's madness, right? Now, nice little buy up here. On the other side, just classics. So, expectation-wise, Fnatic could make it up to 6. And we know this, right? This team, it's a round-by-round affair. But that end completely quelled my worries.
Well, you say round by round, it's half by half. For me, again, sometimes the half-time score doesn't mean anything for Fnatic.
หมายถึง Fnatic
certainly
อะ
seeing a lot of
คือ
positives in terms of the preparation that
นะ
NRG
นึกจะขึ้นก็ขึ้น
today here. Alpha looking to
อยู่ๆก็มือดีอยู่ๆก็ยิงคม
does have crashes.
Okay.
Close proximity. The flash is good, but Marta actually caught off guard.
I like how much they're trying to chase him down, right? They got the pressure. They got the move on from this. Nice little reveal though. Crashies a boaster. Damage. Nice work.
Down A.
farming this up.
ติ๊กช็อต
Too many threats here.
ในสมอง
You gotta know Som's in a smoke somewhere.
or a
โอ้
go.
ซอมนิ่งมากอ่ะ
I mean,
He's actually got both
มัน
เค
เขาว่ามันต้องวัดกับความนิ่งอ่ะ
standing. Nice from Fnatic. NRG
วันที่ 8 ไป
investing
หา
nothing
หมอ
into that, so not too much to worry about in that regard. Brought back to business, I guess, on the Odin. We want to see how well this applies on this side.
Certainly, yeah. I think what's key here is if NRG can really establish themselves in terms of early round protocols here on the buy round to really force Fnatic into making decisions, not allowing them to sit back and, I guess, absorb some of these late round hits. And initially did see a positive with them very, very quickly on the pistol round, making that statement towards market. Alpha looking for a spam here.
They're fast up cap though. He's got to be careful crossing back through. I mean,
look at the comparison of attacking defaults here. Actually got one player committed towards mid here for Fnatic, at least deep in towards spawn. Chronicle may be looking for something on the back of the wall. But baited out very early ahead of the minute mark here, so plenty of options for NRG.
well, just I think invested over towards A as well from Alpha. So that's going to at least maybe keep Som at bay for a while. Tucked into the corner on the bonus round. They've got to be careful about this one. Confirmation in towards B main, but they've got to know someone's near here. What do they have to... Maybe a flash to clear this? Looking at maybe Ethan on that one. Maybe the knife close. Knife further away, and this plays...
หน้าสแปมเข้าไปมากเลยอ่ะ
Great first does get found. No trade there, no spacing. Not going to let it go too scary and sketchy on this. Kayak going to have to sit back a little deeper, give this up. They can't afford too many losses if they want to make a go at this one.
No, this will actually give Borg his ultimate as well, so...
Damn.
A huge tool to potentially fend off Fnatic here ahead of the retake. He's going to full send it.
Yeah, but also keep in mind what Scuba's up to. If he goes for that late presence, I'm curious if he's just waiting for a flank. It's Kayak to kick things off, though. Brock goes down, and now Marta needs to take a glance here.
โอ้คม
Wait, Scuba?
รู้หรือเปล่าว่ามามิด
Back in smokes. This guy maybe a little bit better equipped though, but Scuba on that back line now makes
ซับคุกอร่อยเลย
He may not be the OG smoke criminal, but he's looking like he's up to the moniker.
โอ้เยี่ยม
The Crashies fast to this one.
แต่ยังว่ามันยิงได้อ่ะวอลตรงนั้น
Looking comfortable on the big stage.
Costed an awful lot here.
มุมวางมันยิงหัวได้
สวัสดีนะคะสวัสดีทุกคนนะคะซอมคุงนี่เมื่อกี้นี่ได้จังหวะทำชั่วอยู่นะ
เดี๋ยวจังหวะอร่อยมุมอร่อย
อร่อยเลยซอมคุง
Doing wonders from the again.
ถ้าชอบเล่นจังหวะเมื่อกี้แบบจังหวะทำชั่ว
Get onto sight, but they can't find Som.
Which is such a lovely little way to play that out. But is that a pace change? No. Okay, kind of slowed down a little. Maybe the knife just hindering that quick hit they were going for. But it looks like wrecked. All looking to be cleared too. This time, on the other side of this, Marta could be very alone if he goes through that choke.
Yeah, I'm curious of when NRG are going to try and prioritize towards either Boast or Alpha. In terms of this early round, in terms of going through the motions and that leapfrog sort of approach. Kayak though, he's just desperate to find something in mid.
He's been starting to heat up a bit as well though. Aldron gets dealt with, so he does get played in. And there is another shot!
That's a headshot, by the way.
Now Kayak's been absolute filth.
ฮะเสียงกระตุกเหรอ
This guy is something else. 2 big kills at 45 seconds around. Might be wrapped up here. Alpha in a deeper angle. Ethan
ว่า
kind of
เดี๋ยว
almost
นะ
drawn in by the paranoia,
Yeah.
but they're still firing. Now they still break it back in. Boast has had enough, but he goes down as well. They are scrapping this out. But Kayak
30 seconds left.
has been the start and end of these rounds, and he catches Som. None the wiser. It's Scuba. Oh dear. Oh dear! You don't get to miss against the king. Kayak
ที่บ้านบอกว่าเชียร์เกมเบาๆหน่อยนะคะ
You gave him an inch.
ควรเบาได้ผมเบาได้ไหมอ่ะดูดิดูเล่นกันแต่ละคนดิทีมที่เชียร์เนี่ยมันจะเล่นอย่างนี้กันทั้งนั้น
Kayak is just so pixel perfect with this weapon.
No.
Time and time again. The third round here in the second half of Fnatic. NRG going to be broke in terms of the purchase here. Will force a timeout as well. Be a little off kilter in terms of the ults, but potentially for the next buy here. I mean, Marta being the one that's hopefully the one you'd have online come round 4 at this scoreline, certainly. But Kayak
ปิดโมเดลก่อนแล้วกัน
available. Boaster and Crash is just one away. Like I said, NRG made really good inroads early on here, the first couple of rounds, but they need to deal with Alpha and Boaster. There needs to be some sort of pressure towards these players to open up more options. We're talking about NRG, their game plan basically lives or dies by options across the map. Like I said, coming forward, dealing with the Vise wall, big tick in the box, but what's the next piece?
Yeah, where's that next step? That's something they'll be considering now during this timeout. A couple more seconds on it, but just to kind of roll it back here, we've been talking about Marta and we've been enjoying what he's been bringing, but to flip the script, I don't think people have even seen the peak of Kayak yet. We've seen glimpses in maybe ILs.
We've seen rounds potentially, but I don't, in terms of form and consistency, I still don't even think we don't
know the best of him yet. And again, he was having to fill some big shoes, right? Coming into this in the place of one of the greats.
Some of the biggest shoes.
เจอกันครับบ๊ายบาย
Was, you know, as said, one of the most iconic players. And he's starting to heat up here, Kayak. So let's keep an eye on him. Again, it's a slow and steady start. It's 13 to 14. It's not exactly, you know, lighting the world on fire, but I mean, did you miss last round? It's pretty solid. And again, he just likes his name up in lights apparently. How long does he stay around though? Time to back away. Smart choice. And Nachi did take obviously Marta down with him.
Alpha ได้2 อ่ะ
Actually got some behind him there. Walk able to find the trade. Scuba potentially going to get wrapped here.
No, crashies. Nah, man.
The jump scare in short. It's just Brock left to find. Boaster.
There we go.
Shut it down.
ที่เราเห็นช็อตแคชชี่เมื่อกี้ปะ
Scrappy purchase or lesser purchase than Fnatic.
ที่รักได้จะเกย์
All of that fun being had on that first half.
ช็อตแคชชี่เมื่อกี้คือแบบ
You gotta wake up here. It's been one round so far.
อีกนิดหนึ่งจะจูบหน้ากันอยู่แล้วดีนะมันไม่เอาวิ่งไปฟันน่ะ
Just take a look at how Fnatic is sitting in terms of this ult cycle.
Bloody hell.
This is to tie it up as well. And NRG. Well, Som and Scuba at least have
เดี๋ยว
theirs.
กลับมา
Marta
โอ
still
เค
two.
ครับ
Another early challenge here, but Kayak's actually here very quickly on the operator.
No way! He got caught! Ethan puts him to his grave, but they have to scatter. Crashies watching this from afar, and Alpha still on the site! Back-to-back damage! 2 big kills and he falls deeper. Drop the spike down on towards short. They're gonna make NRG work for this.
Got a full 30 seconds until the next heal is here for Alpha though.
He's gonna be locked to that.
Yeah.
And the smoke, yes, perfect placement on that one. Actually worked out really well as it plumed, still able to be checked. So a 3v3. Finding stability, but again, the post plant, looking at the util. Still trying to play Som in here. He decides against sticking around too long.
Very few ways back into this for Fnatic unless they can find a kill, but Som in a disgusting off angle. Scuba a little bit disconnected. Ball playing on site as well.
Got back in.
Ow!
Ready. Ow! You gotta keep it in mind, man. At the Boaster, that's probably frustrating again. Maybe considering, is this worth it? Are we close enough to be able to go for this? It might be just time to cancel and save here.
โอ้โหจะเซฟเลยเหรอ
What Chronicle and Crashies have got. Again, a big opportunity in terms of the ults here. Hunter's Fury, like you said, forced NRG to scatter, but
สรุปไปเจอกันที่มิด
necessarily amounting to too much. Alpha,
เป็น
unfortunately,
ไปได้อยู่นะ
way out
เกือ
in
บ
terms of the res.
เกือบอยู่
Chronicle will retrieve the goods on
จังหวะ
shore
ธรรม
here.
ชาติอ่ะสวัสดีนะคะสวัสดีทุกคนนะคะจังหวะธรรมชาติคือเคยเหมือนกัน
ทุกคน
เจอเพื่อน
ทุกคนถอยอ้าวเฮ้ยเรียบร้อยเจอกันฮะ
สวัสดีครับ
tries to capitalize on that by going forwards.
And it's still crazy.
ประเด็นคือเขามาก่อนด้วยเนี่ยจบเลยอะ
We saw Alpha do that. They sent it this way in my head as well, right? It's just like I feel like you can kind of off this round and see it very differently, but still plenty of ults to be played with. Obviously, Crashies investing his Scuba as well, but plenty in hand for Fnatic. But NRG have broken into double digits. This is a huge scoreline to build with.
Jingle pick.
One one away from Ethan's ultimate. Said Mada still not quite there. Kayak this time around will resort back to presence in B main, and a third player committed towards this A side hold actually. And just maybe keeping in mind that Ethan potentially could throw his ultimate in the mix. LG with freedom once more, but they will drift onto this deep angle of Kayak, who will punish. Now starting to find his groove, his rhythm a little bit.
And I like the awareness coming up from Crashes too, just sitting a bit deeper here. NRG looking for some opportunities, right? Looking for options potentially. Slipping that net. Pressure shown towards short.
Standing ahead.
NRG about 40 seconds now. This is a 3-play stack on A, so got to be careful about this.
คนเข้าไปใช้ปืนเลยวะ
Conscious of catching a rotation here, but Crashes, I don't think he's going to be too eager to re-clear back towards mid. Have good utility coming into the late round here. LG look as if they're drifting towards A though.
That's 3 players.
Ethan catch Crashes off later.
That is going to be a factor. Keep in mind towards that. Towards heaven, but Chronicle very well positioned. Good trade, and Ethan caught him. You're absolutely right, but they have to keep going this way. 6 seconds. It's so late. They're doing the Fnatic back to them, but no one does it better than Boaster. Drops the spike and gets Fnatic around.
Absolutely disgusting. Accidental. A stray bullet. Catching for Boaster will seal the deal. Like you said, it's so late in the day. It's the first time NRG have really absolutely filthy
ยินดีต้อนรับกลับมาครับ
for Fnatic. But it's the first time NRG have really struggled to get their teeth into something in the second half. Again, losing out in a couple of gunfights here and there, but so slow to approach the previous round now. Mada, knives in hand. In no command. Hunter's Fury here. Big round for NRG.
Again, just the additional body on A so early. 3 players again. You can already see the Cron still up towards heaven here. We've got a quick pop towards Cap though. Or up short, should I say.
Good timing on the slow though from Alpha.
Mada, hindered again. Slowed down in multiple ways. There's no access for him yet. Still looking to break in now. Double stacked up though. You can see the sight. There's a deadly duo, high and low, Alpha and Cron. I don't fancy it either, but he goes for the shotgun and it's not going to work out. But then you look at the layers to this coming in from NRG. Swarming the site, much pacier, quicker. Boaster, can you do it again though? Found 2 before. Spamming.
ไม่เจอเสียดายอ่ะ
They're still fighting for this, no comfortable plan yet.
Scuba finally making the crossover, but Kayak now look to apply some pressure here with the
ทีนี้
operator.
ทำงาน3 คน
Pre-take on this potentially, no, just
สู้
still
ๆครับ
posturing.
NRG don't have to make a move just yet, but
Dots here, careful, that spam's on the way.
โอ้ยโดนสแปมไปเรียบร้อยโอ้ย
The second they get that up, and Kayak has to cancel now. It's Jame time, we're out of here. There's no going back into that side.
played so well from NRG though, not to commit a player, not to commit a player towards the spike plant though, until they feel absolutely confident. I think waiting on the recon. That's ultimately what they're waiting to do.
จริง
Punish Fnatic.
จังหวะของรีคอนค่อนข้างสวยเลยสปอร์ตปุ๊บเจ็บหมด
Played really well by NRG, and this is actually with, like I said, Alpha getting his slow orb off at the perfect time, but there's nobody to challenge onto these early angles, so NRG are able to flood through so easily.
Yeah, I really want to give credit for that, almost like pause, right? Because there's always that temptation, just get the plant, get it done, let's, you know, get into the post, we can get a man to the good. But again, that diligence, that capability to just slow matters down a little. And while we say this, they are closing in to try and get this weapon away from Kayak. And I don't think he knows how close Scuba is. Kayak's gone. So that's the operator lost there, and NRG teeing themselves up for 12.
สวัสดีนะคะ
Still
กดติดตามสามารถพิมพ์
ตอนแรก
คอมเมนต์ได้
อะ
นะ
but the purchase
คิดว่าไฟนาติกอะแมตช์เนี้ยน่าจะได้เปรียบ
how it set
แต่
us here, but I said I was asking for NRG
แต่นาทีเล่นมาดีจริง เขาแบบใจเย็นอะค่อยๆแล้วพุชไปเรื่อยๆรอจังหวะรอสกิลรอทุกอย่าง
early work that
it is, guys. They're actually so pissed.
The attitude seems right from NRG too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, look at the arena, right? It's a different.
แน่นอนสิ
step up. Now,
ตอนนี้
yes,
ต้อง
we spoke about
เขาวางแผนเต็มที่แล้ว
before, but the other guys,
3 พอยต์สุดท้าย
like, okay, some you can kind of throw into that list too, but so the other guys, this is kind of scary, but they sound so calm.
Yeah.
Super, super calm.
Also, that's the benefit of like Ethan's presence in comms on the stage, on your side of the stage. It's just such a
สวัสดี
calming
นะคะ
factor
สวัสดีนะคะ
for
กดติด
any
ตาม
roster.
ก่อนนะถึงจะพิมพ์คอมเมนต์ได้
But
นะคะ
certainly NRG stepping up to the plate here. The opening map of this
ทำมานั่งพูดคุย
series.
กันได้นะ
Like I said, there are players, there are well teams, yes, but
ลืมเลย
players that live or die by this sort of pressure.
เขาลืม
To
เอา
see them the way they are on stage, certainly a big positive here.
เอาหมาอ้วม
Only going to be a couple of weapons
หมาอ้วม
invested
ขึ้น
here for Fnatic.
เพราะเขาออกมาแล้ว
I think that's their last time out, right?
ใช่
All right,
นี่
boys,
นะคะ
let's see what you got. So many ults to play with too. I feel like they've just been
ทำมานั่ง
building
พูด
up
คุยกันได้นะ
for so long. Alpha trying to make a play here towards middle. Not being given much though, and again that spam is so oppressive.
โอ้ดีไม่ควรมีอยู่บนโลกนี้
Gonna pluck Marder out of the
ตาย
pack.
เหอะตายเหอะจริง
I was going to say he actually gets caught there in the suppression, so he can't TP away. Great isolation from NRG. But Alpha, he's actually slipped the net. He's got a ton of space to play into. Ethan, seemingly aware of the possibility. Som also, he's got his TP, so able to regroup if needs be.
Fnatic on those refights, man. Trying to find something. Just confirming attendance too, that they are going to be stuck
อี
towards
ทาน
that
โผล่
B
หน่อย
main
ดิ
area. Alpha begging for the chance.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful if you're Som on the... Oh, the timing.
Just giving it up.
Yeah, and look at this. He was just here. Ships in the night almost. And Alpha, he's getting closer. They've got to be aware there's a chance of this, right? They've got to know there is a potential that Alpha is right behind you.
There's no wall on the flank.
No one is going to deny this. Alpha could be on for an absolutely mad one. Too many targets, too little time. He hits and runs. 20 seconds. He's already broken their backs here. They have to go forward.
Paranoia is going to land perfectly for Post as well to slow things down. Create a little more pressure. Still 2 players on site, by the way.
10 seconds, they got to go now. Fnatic still just trying to dig in deep here. They get cleared. Riz comes in. Fnatic fancy this one. They're going for it. Plants in play though. They can't deny that now.
Kayak actually did get an upgrade.
เอาดิ เอาบ้าง เอาบ้าง
This time? Oh no, Fnatic.
โอ้โห คือยอมจ่ายอันตีเลยเหรอ
Like they're investing everything.
It's quite early on though, and Fnatic have got weapons now.
But Som's in a smoke. You know what happens here? Scuba trying to just maybe soak some of those bullets as well. But Fnatic are at the door. They need to break this one down. They need to do it now. Time is starting to run low. It's now or it's never, and Kayak leading the pack. Good trades, better kills. Fnatic, they're not out of it yet.
I will not die.
Just an insane round to pull off for Fnatic. And Alpha plays this perfectly. As in, no utility to identify his flank coming early enough, but doesn't commit. Gets one, gets out.
God, that is resilience there, isn't it?
But again, plenty of options here. Kayak has his ult up as well, so... Oh,
I've heard him say
here
it
first. Yeah.
I've heard him say that, and he certainly wasn't lying, but it's 11 to 10. NRG are still up, still in the lead, still with a bye. But Fnatic have one back finally. They've got themselves back in a good financial position. Operator in the hands of Kayak. He's got his ult.
No ultimates available for NRG either. Kayak looking to maybe send out a probe into mid here, but down to 73 HP already. Kept in check. Actually takes another couple of tags here.
They're up for a ball, up for a biff. And that, well, Alpha didn't need the paranoia. But now there's a little bit of trouble for Boaster, has to get away, and he does so.
Able to slow things down, though, with the wall and the slow orb. Kayak's over here now to kind of offset this a little bit with the operator. I don't think they know they're going to be walking into op, I'm sure.
They're going to find out pretty soon. Kayak decides against even breaking the Aldro and just sits on a deeper line. Boaster, well, checked Ever above the smoke. I think you're going to figure it out soon enough. Boaster's going to pin dead to rights if he plays that out, but Alpha's still waiting on the side. Looking to roll the dice here. Can they get the synergy right? Kayak wants to get involved as well. Make sure they're not alone in this. By selecting Frog, late strike from Boaster, reading Som's play here. Now Scuba and Ethan, this is a tough one. A 2v4 would love a freebie early, not going to get it this time.
30 seconds left.
Forced into a really awkward plant spot as well. Just being smothered on the site right now.
5 seconds for the knife, still got a flash. Scuba basically fresh out at this point. Knows there's at least one toward main, potentially two. A gamble on someone being towards short.
โอเคครับแล้วอีซี่
Someone to play ahead, give them a
โอ้
chance.
เรียบร้อยจังโอ้ยิงทะลุบล็อกโอเค
Fnatic right back at the door again. 11.
นี่แหละไฟนาติก
ลุกขึ้นมาน้อง
นี่แหละไฟนาติก
Getting that momentum in their favor.
ๆแล้วทีมที่เชียร์ทั้งสองทีมก็คือเล่นสไตล์นี้หมด อีกทีมหนึ่งคือแพทไวสุดอีกทีมหนึ่งก็คือจะทำอะไรช้าสุดเลย
เล่นให้ลุ้นนะ
When that kill's occurring, I think that's where they're struggling a little bit. Again, seeing a 7-17, it's not necessarily the numbers aren't the concern, but the fact that NRG can't capitalize on Marder throwing his life on the line to get themselves into a position that they can push forwards.
Well, we're looking at two very different upswings here, right? Kayak on a real high note now, 18-18, starting to really prove his worth, show that danger. It's not going back in for more. There is... Are you serious? They want to maybe get that wall dealt with. There we go. A little bit dangerous to go for it again. Speaking of danger...
Oh, Som!
Man, we're just shoulder checking out him! What is that from Som? Sensational picking up to their beautiful control. But now the scramble from Fnatic. NRG now 5v3, and this could be that 12th round.
เฮียก็คงเกิน
That's a huge pickup there. Som does have his TP though, so if they need it, there is still that opportunity for a safe pair of hands. But Marder, you need to activate now. We've been calling you out. Where are you? There you are, ringing the bell of Chronicle. But a 2v
คือลุ้นตั้งแต่แมปแรก
on the site, the right side.
Again, NRG are going to freeze and wait for Fnatic to make a move.
Situation.
Potentially catch somebody in transition.
Spike drop.
The Kayak.
Oh my god, why do I feel there's something
Yeah, 50 HP. He would have to go absolutely insane here.
But look at the position from Crashes too. This isn't a bad read. This isn't a bad call, but he's been spotted. Great selection. Surely that paranoia is going to be perfect. He's been dealt with, cleared. The back line still a problem. Crashes, can you bury them in the jersey? 1v3 is not going to happen. NRG up to 12.
In a must-win scenario in terms of the finances here. The culmination of the first map in this series. This is just beautiful from Som. Yeah, he's been playing the looser side of this pressure towards A.
Trying to get that confidence up, and I love that though. Trying to get Marder feeling out the game a bit, feeling himself, taking aggressive fights, backing your own number. Speaking of that, does he get up against Alpha?
มึงนี่เป็นตัวปัญหาจริงๆเลยนะ
Spoken into existence by Som, it works.
I think it's Marder who's definitely talking to.
100%.
Remove Alpha, no chance of the res here. Fnatic will have to play out as 4 Crashes actually down on a Guardian as well. Can they find a recovery here to force an overtime? Ethan will get his own off of this orb. Marder has to be careful. Kayak is all the way up towards top mid. He's just giving up the angle.
โอ้จังหวะ
Oh my god.
โอ้โหพี่จังหวะทำชั่ว
Look at the scramble.
ไฟนาติกเอานั่นแหละ
จังหวะทำชั่ว
Damage done.
Fnatic now in a position to greet anybody that progresses into B main, but now NRG left to scramble.
Where do you go now? It's guesswork, right? You're trying to catch him in rotation, maybe catch him on the off chance here. Does he get a spot on this?
Oh my god.
Just because the smoke was
30
fading.
seconds left.
Didn't want to give it up. Re-smoke towards short. But look who's back here. The man they can't escape from. The man who already got to. Who might have just scrapped their chance of closing in regulation. They go heaven. They try and path away. Slightly heard on this, the paranoia. Not going to find it. They're slightly ahead.
โอ้เอ้ยได้ด้วย
it, but 9 seconds on the plant. Som still standing. Brock
เอ
by
อ
Are we going OT already? Som trying to stand against the odds. Pops up a smoke, but this time,
ไปเลยเรียบร้อย
Fnatic taking us the distance in map 1.
ครับ ไปสู่ OT ครับผม
In this round, Lauren.
Got it from a rookie, no less.
That sort of play to force overtime here. After conceding the first kill, Alpha falls so early for free.
Take a
เก็บไป
risk,
สอง
take a
นิ่ม
chance. Look what he did to him, Mike. You don't see that from just any player. That takes a lot of guts to go for. It's one of those that make you look silly if it goes wrong. Get caught in that weird timing. He's up for it. Showing
ๆคือแบบ
caliber
สโมกสวยนะวาร์ปดีแล้วแต่ดันโดนดักอีกรอบ
Keep saving my ass. Keep saving my ass. Let's go.
I love that, Alpha. He's fine, man. He's doing his job. But NRG, it's a wake-up call, right? This is caliber teams. This is big boy players. They've been here before. They felt the pressure of these stages. Now, can you live up to it as well?
Chance to maybe catch your breath here. Maybe an opportunity to
ยินดีต้อนรับกลับมาครับ
here, but the dies dealt with probably a big indicator for Fnatic. Want to call force a little deeper in regulation, at least earlier on the attacking side.
Well, he was kind of the spark that got things started again.
Certainly was, yeah. When NRG continued to test him. Now, actually, further test potentially going towards Marder, who's picked up the pace a little bit. Gets on the back of Som's pep talk.
This is a deadly line, though.
I mean, Bork's already making his way across here as well.
Gonna just post in like maybe a dart just to see. I mean, it's gonna see a whole lot now, but the line gets broken. They just kind of disrupted it. So now there's a problem. Scuba can't really get out of here, but can anyone then punish on the play through? Not really. Brock's fallen. Marder's still standing, and Scuba got to fall away, turns away, and now Marder on the site. We want big things. He's got to
โดนมุม
deliver
นั้น
in these big moments. Kayak has already proven that validity. On the other side now, a little pinned in by Switch, but they're waiting for an overstep. See if anyone would dare challenge from CT. They don't. Marder trying to draw eyes towards him. 7
Oh, blind.
and he was blind. I don't know from
Like
where
you-
at this point, but Marder, a
No.
lovely position.
Oh.
It's perfect from Marder, but Crash is now the
เออ
1v2.
แคทตี้
On the
แค
right
ทตี้
side,
เอา
Marder.
เอ
That's
อ
He's done so well, but
ไม่
it's
ทัน
too
วางสไปร์ไม่ทัน
late. Ethan Cool
อ่า
collected.
The flash came over
The
the top
catching
of the
goal.
lane
แต่
from
ยิง
Ethan
ยิงซ้ำไปนัด
to play in the swing
That
from
was a
backside.
flash from
yeah,
Ethan?
I just caught it on the mini-map. It flies all the way over. Absolutely beautiful. This
There it
one
is.
right here, yeah.
Oh.
Again, it's just, that's the sort of thing you get from Ethan. Off screen, rarely noted, but the value that he provides.
Let us hunt.
NRG, again though, able to cling to life on that site and whittle away. And now on to the good. Kayak gonna have to deal with the dart here, will be noted. Poster and Alpha over towards short once more. Shouldn't be any surprises in terms of the formation here. NRG back towards market. Saw them test this very early on in the half. Regulation, crashes.
เริ่มอยากจะเป็นบ้า
He's probably drifted through.
Be careful though. They've certainly seen him now, and Boaster called in, but a little surprise on the mini-map moment. And now gap closed. Marder! Bloodthirsty as ever! Hunting down Alpha as well. That unlocks A until him. The one man who took him into this position before pushed them into OT. Can he do it again? It looks like he's starting well. Good follow.
ตัดไปสามแล้ว
The baby-faced assassin.
นิดเดียวเท่านั้นนิดเดียว
Look at Scuba's HP.
โอ้แล้วเลือด
Standing on top, standing tall, a 1v1.
โอ้โห
Was all he needed.
ไม่เป็นไรดีแล้วเก่งแล้วแหละ12-14
เวลเลตทางไฟนาติกน้อยด้วยทุกคนเดี๋ยว จะอยู่กันไปก่อนนะคะการทำไปห้องน้ำแป๊บหนึ่งฝากคุณแฟนไอ้นี่ด้วยนะคะ
ได้ครับ
Got the new iPhone 17 Pro and Verizon picked up the tab.
No way.
That's me. Handsome and
เอาแอดมาเปิดว่ะ
hilarious. It's a rare combo.
Financial system updating.
20:00 ก็ไม่เจอกันแล้ว อ๋อ โอเคครับ
System updated. We will dance together. The future of money is here. Feels good.
Esports World Cup, where we are starting off with Valorant.
If you want to win, you have to win against the best.
So looking for revenge.
There's the shorty. Goes crazy.
They've all battled through the pressure and expectation.
Heretics have come back all the way.
Finally, we won. Finally.
ยินดีต้อนรับทุกคนด้วยนะ โอเคครับแมวอีซิ
What an exciting way to kick off the finals weekend here at Champs. I'm now joined by Coach Bonkard. Now, you won so many crucial rounds from a disadvantageous position. How do you guys keep your cool? What is the protocols in those moments?
I think we have a good read of how they rotate, when they rotate, and why they rotate. So it's all for us is just keep taking space, even if we're in a disadvantage, and just keep playing out the rounds.
It was beautiful to watch. Good luck on that too.
Welcome back, everyone, and NRG are up 1-0 in the series. We're now joined by a very special guest, welcoming us into his home country. It's Zaysh here, Carmine Core, the coach of Carmine Core. How's it going, my man?
I'm fine. I love to see this stadium. I actually did the tournament there already with Casey, so it's crazy to see how many people are there and
it's
just
amazing.
Watch the match.
It's not even the final.
Yeah, I know. It's not even the final. It's a crazy
It feels
day.
like one, though.
It does, especially with some of the plays we've been seeing. That, of course, takes us to our Verizon high-speed moment of the day. This one's going to go to NRG because we saw in round 8 just how good these defensive setups were from this squad.
Yeah, it was really good. I think they had a good read on Fnatic, what they were doing. Like Bonker just said in an interview, they know how they rotate and stuff, and Fnatic doesn't change that much their game and how they play usually. So this round, you could literally see this. It was 20 seconds left. They didn't rotate from B, even though they baited the wall and vice setup. And then after they put it on the trap mid and just killed them all. So
I love the trust in the process, as you said. They interpreted. I think that especially now with so much Euro, once you hear someone just walking onto site after you've knifed and you know that this was there, you can interpret that that's a fake. They trusted the process. They were convinced in the read that they had onto Fnatic, and it's one of the multiple rounds.
Yeah, it was pretty wild to see how these rounds, especially toward the tail end, credit to Fnatic for really hanging in there and trying to bring this one back, which they nearly did. But the other thing that we got to talk about here, Zaysh, was Mata really struggling to get things going in the early game there. He was having a tough time, and you can even see it in these first kills here that Fnatic were getting on NRG. A lot of those were on Mata at the start.
Yeah, especially on defense side. Mata died first time 5 times, first entry duels as 5, and this was crazy to me because he had 2 times offline and he lost his duel, and one with outlaw. So even though he struggled on defense, energy still managed to win 8-4, and this means that the team knows how to rotate on the map and where to catch Fnatic. So this was very good.
Yeah, the win conditions for NRG is Brock in that Odin. Disgusting, so effective. Absolutely love to see it
depending on who you ask, disgusting in more ways than one.
Yes, exactly. But another one, of course, is the battle of the operators. Kayak was doing so well with the snipers when he moved on to the defense. But yeah, Mata was just not having the time. And then we moved on to overtime. And seriously, in this tournament, name a more iconic duo, NRG and an overtime. They go back to life and we have crazy rounds like those.
Yeah, and just to see the way that NRG were able to make it happen, very impressive stuff there of Coach Fnatic. Not out of it yet. They have to be able to battle back as they get ready for map 2. We do have Coach Milan for a quick word before we jump into that map.
I've got Coach Milan here with me ahead of map 2. Now, you've been on the receiving end of the Brock Odin. If you want to survive this series, you have to find a way to deal with that. What is the answer to it?
I think whoever finds the answer to that question will win Champs. So let's make sure it's us, but I don't know. The boys, I think we're calling some good adaptations. It's just so difficult to deal with someone you can't see on your screen, and yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I hope you do for map 2. Good luck.
It's very clear that they are struggling to be able to stop the likes of Brock. And my guy's shooting through all the walls. He has all the access in the world. He's finding great angles there.
I think that was a great response from me, being seriously, if you know, please tell me, send me a DM, or come and win Champs. But now we're going to move on to Abyss. Do not forget, at the end of the day, Fnatic did pick that ascent. So we're moving into energy and what they want to do. And I'm so happy, Zaysh, that we have you here, because they do run the harbor, and you know a lot about harbor. What do you think about the agent on this map?
I think it's maybe his best map with Spur. So if we need to see a harbor move on this map, might be him playing mid a lot on defense, and especially with the B side. It's really hard to defend B side on defense. So what they need to do, and they did a lot in the previous games, is let them get side, especially with Fnatic bridge, because Fnatic plays bridge and they like to execute B a lot on attack. So they just need to play mid with the harbor, let them use all the abilities, and that's just flood in when they start to plan. So like Fnatic will be on the side and them like just cutting the side with the wall, creating an arena and like retaking through it.
Yeah, essentially make the Thunderdome.
Yeah,
you know, and then try and settle the score there. But you know what though? I mean, both teams coming into this one, Bea, they're good on this map, right? Both teams have had success here. So this isn't going to be a Fnatic walking into a potential trap. They know, or at least they should know what to expect here.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially thinking about the map Vita coming into this match, they should expect that Abyss is going to be a part of it. Do not forget, we were mentioning it last week.
น่ารักก็เธอ
Last week, right? I don't even know what to believe anymore. Bear in mind, these teams have been here for a month. This is a very long tournament. I cannot keep track of time, so I can make excuses for them all day. But as I was saying, Fnatic still undefeated on that attack. They've been so incredibly effective. Sage, what do you think, especially when we think about super one-sided for the side of Abyss, what do you think teams should do to adapt on the defense?
I think Energy have the perfect comp to like counter this type of play because Fnatic likes to spam a lot B side because they have the breach and they have their execute. So basically what they always do is like they go through window, crashes the jump left side, and the breach is stunning all of left side. And Waylay is going in. So what they like to do about this is like they put Kayak on side and then they play a lot post plant outside. So like with the Harbor actually like you don't let them to have the time to be on that post plant. You cut side, as I said, like you create an arena and you retake them when they start like using everything. Because like they like to use Buster Paranoia for city spawn, they like to use like the stun for all of left side and like just send Kayak in. And like you just let them go in, use all their abilities.
Let them use the harbor wall and
then
big frog with that Odin.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you can see the rookies though, Mata and Scuba making their way to the stage.
They needed one more minute. This maps are being so long for them and I assume that the tension, once they're one map away from a grand final in champs, even knows how what this feels like, but for the rest, it's not that like that.
I mean, this is such incredible heights that NRG have reached at this point, and Fnatic know this. And I think Zaysh coming into this, a lot of people, you know, the fans are very much behind a Fnatic. You hear the cheers every single time they start to rally things back, but that puts a lot of pressure, I think, on this team. Whereas NRG, I feel like I love saying this term, they're playing with house money. They could do whatever they need to do. However far they make it, hey, they made it this far. No one has to come this far to begin with.
Yeah, of course. No one was expecting Energy to be like to go that far, to be honest. So like when they are here, I think like they're just feeling like underdogs and like having a great moment. You can see like they're like going up, like hyping his teammates and stuff like this. I saw him also during the game. I saw that Mata had a rough game, and he spoke to him. He tried like to bring him back into it, like with the mood and stuff like this. So like you can just see like they're enjoying it, and also like I really like what Energy is doing because they abuse a lot of the stuff that people don't abuse. So like all day, judge like we saw someone defense he had money to buy Vandal and Phantom, and he was spamming the judge. So like.
แมวเป็นสิ่งมีชีวิตที่ถูกเสมอค่ะ
Do some uploads. No, it's unconventional. It's an unconventional way to approach it, and it has been working out for them. And like Coach Milan said, when someone figures it out,
สวัสดีนะคะสวัสดีทุกคนนะคะสามารถพูดคุยกันได้นะ
The key for this year, at the beginning of the year, with T1 and playing that double duelist for DRX. Look at where they are. Also going into that lower final floor today, and we are not seeing changes. So Kaya going on the Waylay, the double initiated. You were speaking about Zayj with the breach and the Soba. I think that we did not this deep into the tournament. It could be a little bit of a curveball, but especially with how little time we have and how high the stakes are, it gets more difficult to make those adaptations. And Fnatic has decided to start on the defense.
เขียนเวเลนะมันแมวแมวแมวแมว Also like if Energy picked that map, they know how Fnatic plays. And as we said earlier, Fnatic doesn't play their game that much. Bonkar knows it. He talked about it. Right now, if they have good prep, they should know what Fnatic is doing.
Yeah, a good read goes a long way. Zaysh, before we let you go, my friend, who you got winning this one?
I think Energy.
You think Energy?
Yeah. I cheer for Fnatic because they're my friends. But I think Energy should win because Fnatic is really readable on this map.
I think that someone that we need to look at here as well is Boaster. I think that he was doing pretty well in the Omen in the first map. When he moves onto the Astra, that has to skyrocket, especially when we're speaking about dealing with mid and how they have to.
สวัสดีนะคะสวัสดีทุกคนนะคะกดติดตามก่อนนะมันถึงจะไอ้นี่ให้นะคะถึงจะ
NRG is doing on the attack.
NRG are one map away from being able to compete for the Champions Trophy. Fnatic surely does not want to give them that opportunity. Fnatic needs to fight
ตอนนี้หนูปรับให้ทุกคนสามารถคอมเมนต์ได้แล้วนะ
Map 3. Let's send it back over to your casters. Here's Pansy and Hypoc yet again.
Pressure moments now,
แต่มา
Michael.
เขาพูดคุยกัน
A
ได้
lot of
นะคะ
people would have looked at this and seen Fnatic potentially in map 1 being favored there, but against the odds.
กำลังเจรจาแลกรีโมทแอร์กับอาหารแบบกับอาหารกระป๋อง
Against the odds is really what I want to tap into here because NRG have just won out. But at one point in that map, I think Mother actually finished at 4 and 12 in terms of the opening duels, but he was sat at 7 and 17.
Yep.
And again, they are recovering rounds that historically teams aren't able to flip versus a team like Fnatic. The ones that are able to convert advantages time and time again, NRG actually flip the script on them. So again, it's got to be a blow to Fnatic. Yeah, no strangers to this sort of stage, but NRG certainly getting a haymaker off here to open the series.
Oh yeah, and all that devotion and desire that Fnatic have always had for that final that they never quite made, for that one title that has evaded them. And they face down a true underdog here who have turned up and made it look like their day. But it's map 2, it's Abyss, and it will be NRG on the attack.
Revealing area. Start off here. Very quickly going to dip his toes. What's this? Actually, nearly catches a lot of information and utility here.
Yeah,
immediately NRG spring into action.
Yeah, look at that burst. Look at the split straight through middle as well. It's a lovely crunch. It's lucky the Kayak's still breathing, honestly. At this point, they've lost Kron and Boaster, though. All so focused towards trying to get that A main fight going in their favor. But Scuba, lovely check there. Does catch Alpha. Just seen a glimpse, but it's Crashies to find Ethan. And there's layers on this. Scuba will not be moved. How's he standing still? And he's on the run. Alpha has got to find these players, and they are just evacuating the area. They don't want to give him a chance at this. And Marder feels like the checkmate. Again, just spotting him. Scuba, exceptional beginnings.
Just ridiculous again. Low HP. Up against the ropes, able to deliver here. But yeah, this pinch is so fast from NRG. Fnatic completely off guard.
Well, because you had kind of got Kron trying to set up maybe
They're the ones, Fnatic are the ones trying to actually go forwards on the map. Find themselves a kill and get away, but amounts to nothing. But again, drawing out the utility early on. Beautifully orchestrated there by NRG.
โอ้ไม่มีปืนแต่ก็เข้าใจได้แหละ
Walking up though, looking for a brawl here. Scuba does have the Phantom. He's looking to find a bit of a corner to play from, but he has support, right? Not standing alone here. So Kayak not going to get what he wanted at all. Spot out another player. And there's a little bit further. You can't have isolated fights if you want to get something going.
นั่นคือสิ่งที่ถูกต้อง
And again, there are still 2 pistols. That being Brock and Ethan. So as long as they recover these, it's fine. He's giving it up. Smarter choice there, trying to give nothing away.
Yeah, Fnatic really going to get themselves off the starting block here. The second round at least.
Scoop is so close to that ult as well. Man.
Yeah, but early progress for him is massive in terms of this first ult cycle for NRG. And due to how it's panned out here for Fnatic, obviously not going to be, well, probably a round or 2 behind in terms of this first cycle, but yeah, we'll resort back towards potentially a proactive play outside A.
Ooh.
But NRG have just been so robust in terms of utility usage, in terms of bodies in the right place. Well, to say that, Marder caught off guard.
Yeah, Marder's, again, NRG were able to do it without Marder having to be the headliner. Here, I think he needs to find a little bit more of that comfort. Hard against Kayak, especially when he's being played in as well. But still, it's something that we're going to have to keep track on. It's an early show of force over towards B, but the intention, not sure if it's there, considering where the spike is.
Certainly just a feeler sent out towards Alpha. How do you want to slow down, again, considering map 1, not necessarily feeling like they're at a deficit right now. Side of the head count. Drone will spot nothing for Crashies, but will put Kayak onto a deeper line once more.
Oh, it's lovely. Simply lovely for Kayak.
ผมแม่งเอาอบังมาว่ะ
After map 1, you're looking at the scraps of what remains of NRG. Can they make something out of nothing, though? Incredibly hard in a 2v4.
Forced to adjust the plant. Yeah, the stun comes through, a little bit of a spam, but nothing actually connecting here.
Scuba's still got that ult. Som's trying to play ahead here, maybe try and get himself 1 for free. Try and get those odds looking better. That's not bad. But the numbers still so good for Fnatic. But Scuba is yet to die. Finally meets his fate. As Fnatic will keep two standing and a defuse now.
Draw out maybe an extra rifle that Fnatic wouldn't have wanted to lose here. Round on the board regardless. You noted as well, Scuba, the result, Som also putting his ult into the fourth round here. Kayak doing so well to find Ethan on the back end of this play. Just to trim the fat a little more ahead of NRG finding their way onto site. A couple of regens in play here for Fnatic, and actually crashes down on.
Oh, they still want to test this, Mike.
3 เม็ดแน่เลย
Yeah, gonna walk into actually the heaviest stack that NRG have positioned here.
Back in a flash. This is scary though. This time he's going to respect it. Goes back in for seconds, but again the out drone is going to find him. How long does he stay around on this? No, he has to back away. Burning a lot of the util though, but the ult going to come in. This could be their springboard. Kron just straight into the dark there. Don't think he saw him, but maybe. As Kayak looks to get involved here. Can't quite do it. NRG still going to be unwilling to relent, still trying to find their footing on the site. Broke up top, raining in bullets from above, and Bolster fancies a go and gets his head ripped off.
Yeah, NRG just picking Fnatic apart here towards A site. Alpha on the flank here, the awareness is already there.
Yep.
Whereabouts he
อ๋อ
resides.
เชน
Three left to
ดี
find
ครับ
Scuba again.
สภาพล่าสุดไมโครเวฟทับเท้าตอนย้ายของ โอ้ย
Clean
ช่วงนี้
Wouldn't it
แกเนี่ยนะ
if he did this? If there was anyone else, your mind might start to wander. But he commands the respect that he sometimes earns in these moments. But it'll be a very long road here, and that time pretty much defining this now. NRG giving him no quarter, no chance. You can see what he can do when it starts going. He's going to put the pressure on him though. Make him react. Eats the flash. Will be forced off. Time is gone, and NRG showing no fear in these fights, Mike.
Yeah, a chance for maybe Fnatic to stop them at the front door, but I think as soon as Kayak's not able to land his utility and slow things down. This is with Chronicle finding a freebie, as you noted, through the smoke. But Brock just does so well to break the crosshair placement, force Crashes and Chronicle to react.
Oh, boys.
I think, yeah, the intention is to stop them on the way in, but NRG just bulldoze, brute force their way onto site.
It starts feeling harder and harder to stop them at the front door, right? You start losing out on those fights. And this will be a lighter purchase from Fnatic, so you've got Stingers and Sheriffs. The Kayak, though, a chance to get involved, and it was a very short-lived chance. Scuba is on an absolute tear so far.
Yeah, picking up from the work he was doing at the end of Ascent here, certainly carrying it across to Abyss. Alpha on the hunt here, Roaster alongside him, but another round where NRG are just happy to freeze. Force the hand of Fnatic, put them into these uncomfortable positions. There's only actually Alpha with the Sheriff here, so Plant will come through, looking as if they will find a consolation here, considering the range.
Trip of the wall, Scuba, eyes turn. The Boaster might have contact with first. You can see Alpha already getting up towards window, but Boaster gets
ถ้าดวง
found,
ช่วง
so
เดือน
just on
เกิดจะ
Alpha
สวย
now.
ขนาดนี้นะ
And looking to try and go down swinging, but still going down nonetheless. So as it stands, 4-1. Fnatic need to get a grip on this game. They've
หลั
got
ง
some coming in now, but this
หลังจาก
scoreline
ตาแรกไปแล้ว
But also seeing the reaction from the coach booth, you're almost anticipating a very early timeout from Fnatic, potentially on the back of this round to come. I just don't think there's anything that's. I mean, the first map you can talk about conceding first bloods. That's something that will
แบบนี้ใครเลือกมานะ
off their game plan. Like I said, a lot of those were untraded. It wasn't as if NRG was springboarded off there. They were able to actually navigate their way through the mid round time and time again.
2-1. Excuse me. 3-2 split. Still showing some intention towards middle, and you can see the reaction. Fnatic have put a lot of bodies to this. Maybe a little bit worried after that first round that we saw when that early split came towards A, but patience. Capture, at least from Crashies, to note there are bodies behind this early show of utility.
nobody really noting Kayak. Again, will be expected with how they've played outside A. NRG for the first time towards some sort of commitment up mid here. I thought Chronicle maybe was going to get tagged that through the smoke. Yeah.
Well, bang on, but not to be slow and steady. They go in towards the one man who has been terrifying. It should be seen here. Marder, relay this. But to move someone like Kayak, you've got to be on your A game. To threaten someone like Kayak, you've got to be ready. You're throwing everything at him, simply everything to force him off this. And it's given NRG the sight now.
Chronicle.
Palm will come through. See, Marder looking to really push
I
forward.
mean,
Here.
like
Quite deep in, but Chronicle's going to punish it.
I don't mind it. I want to see him take those risks, get involved. But a 1-for-1 trade, they've lost
Jangan.
crashes on one side here. Into the deeper post plant for NRG, leaving just some on the side who now needs to.
มึงบายขนาดนี้มึงยังไอ้นี่อีกเหรอ
Still showing a bit of a nuisance. That presence, that positioning could put Alpha on a platter. Som back in the action though. Fnatic starting to take steps here. Ethan needs to be present. He has to show interest. He has to keep them on their toes because NRG in the back line's now being threatened. Alpha, Kron in unison. It's Scuba who's been a monster so far. Can he do it to Alpha now? The time is ticking. Scuba, can you hold your nerve?
ตอนเนี้ยทุกคนตอนเนี้ยฮันรู้สึกว่าฮันกำลังจะเป็นเด็กแทะจอคอม
Well, it looks like Fnatic are able to turn the tides, get themselves back towards sight. Absolutely beautiful from him. Sitting at 11-1 right now. Like I said, coming alive on the back end of the set.
เดี๋ยวแบบทำป้ายไฟติดมาไหม
Delivering NRG here. As I said, anticipating an early timeout from Fnatic, considering the reaction we saw just a couple of rounds ago, certainly feeling as if the game plan is off. Execution, sure, understandable. You take that round by round, but the game plan needs an adjustment here.
It does. This is where your coaches
earn their money.
Yes, absolutely. At 5-1, you look bigger picture, right? Fnatic have been chasing this final. Feels like a lifetime, pretty much.
Absolutely, yeah.
And as much as we can talk about the moment and they'll try and stay focused round by round and, you know, in the moment itself, to deny that weight is in their minds would be naive. For someone like Boaster, someone like Chronicle, Crashies, Kayak, all of these players, that's what they're chasing here. And for NRG, they have set the bar high, playing without fear. Looking like the favourites somehow.
This is the thing as well, and GB actually totally agree with what he said. Playing with house money, they're the ones that almost have, they don't need to defy expectations anymore. We're here, we're playing against Fnatic. Actually, let's take some risks. Like I said, they aren't playing as if they're duelists, just went 4-12 in the opening map.
The way Scuba's picking up the slack is wild. And Marder's doing his job, right? Like, he's doing what he needs to here. Looking at what does Fnatic do to adjust. The game plan has to be good. You may not see it in this round, because we do have Sheriffs and just that Bulldog with Kron. So you eye up the rest, but I want to see a fight back. I want to see them look competitive here. Fnatic should not be going out with a whimper in these scenarios. But can they remind NRG who they are?
Fnatic almost anticipating NRG switching things up now. Out of their timeout. We'll have 3 players in the right place. Kayak being one of them. It is just Sheriffs they're walking into. Actually, I'm going to call the one with the rifle, but only a Bulldog. Doubtful he's really going to be able to keep the rest of NRG at bay.
They take mistakes, and that's something that's not really happening. Look at the smother on the site, right? Very, very perfectly placed, but a miss from corner. Tease up Chronicle. There's still Kayak here. Don't forget about him. He's actually
1v4 situation with Cherry.
But he gets seen. Ethan, the safe pair of hands, finding 3 and extinguishing any problems that could have been
ทุก
building.
คนฮันกำลังจะเป็นบ้าไปแล้ว
But he's getting no look in.
But what's key is actually Som's ultimate obviously pinging out Kayak's reposition here. NRG in terms of target priority.
อีธานมึงเลิกเป็นตัวปัญหาทีดิ
Seemingly clean ahead of this execute coming through, but NRG just able to smother the entire site here. I mean, you've got to see a response from Fnatic.
เป็นบ้า
It's a different start. We don't have Kayak on this side of the map here. We have Boaster posted up towards A. You've got Crashes beside him.
ลูกหัวเขาหน่อย
Because that previous round is the one that actually draws a body from Fnatic towards the other side.
ใจเย็นๆนะ
So instantly going to try and sit back deeper, but look at the TP here. Ethan is in paranoia and trying to be a little cheeky. He's into the smoke. Audacious play, and Crashes is having none of that. But Marta's got the back line.
พี่แนนตัวปัญหาไป เอาไปซะ
Fury coming in, but Marta looking like he wants to go hunting. You see the temptation.
อะไรอะ
NRG
ศึก
wants
โซ
to brawl.
ศึกโซว่าเมนเหรอ
Chomping at the bit to take this fight towards spawn.
ยิงอะไรกันเยอะ
So
แยะมาก
much
มายไปหม
pressure
ด
coming through. Crash is still under fire, under pressure. Able to
take flight.
Steady himself here. Will drone through to try and identify something.
I'm still looking at this late flank from Marta coming in. He is a mile away, and he can be set up for success. Now, when does he pull the trigger, though? Brock going to try and be the distraction. Is gorgeous from Brock. Bullying the big boys here. NRG making this damn hard work. Som slippery as well on the site. Look at this crossfire. You
ไหลแล้วอะ
Did you expect
อุ้ยมันไหลแล้วอะ
No! And they got Brock and Scuba. Scuba is unrelenting.
ใช่ไงก็เลยแบบ
3 kills. This is his map.
Scuba is just going
ไม่แต่มันจะมีเดี๋ยวมันก็ต้องมีไปแข่งไอ้ดี
berserk right now.
God, the guts to be doing that.
Yeah, and again, NRG now starting to lean into it, creating this little pocket.
เอ้ยเล่นเอาบังด่านนี้ก็ดีเหมือนกันนะเนี่ย
Like Som's like, yeah, no, I'll
ดี
go
สิ
down for this. I'll go down for this. Don't worry. There's Scuba.
ไม่เคยหยิบบังมาเล่นเลย
Spins around. Look at this guy.
ไม่เคยหยิบมาเล่นเลยเพราะว่ารู้สึกว่ามันตัวมัน
You can feel it now.
มันเล็งยากอยู่นะ
There's something happening here.
ตัวมันกระหลงเกินไปมันเล่นยาก
Fnatic
วอลมัน
absolutely
วาดยากอะ
locked out of
ก็เลย
this
แบบว่า
first half.
ไม่เอาดีกว่า
Marta put him on notice.
เล่นอะไรก็จะเป็นเล่นโอเมนกับอะไรนะ
Another broken purchase as well.
โค้
See
ฟ
the rifle
ซะมากกว่า
in hand
แบบ
for
นี้
Kayak.
แอตตาก็มีบ้าง
Desperation mode.
เฮ้ย
Try and find a
มันแถบอย่าง
recovery.
นี้ได้ด้วยเหรอ
Right, back to the
โอ้
point where
ขอบคุณ
NRG
อัลฟา
can slow things down once
เดี๋ยวเราไป
more.
แถบบ้างดีกว่า
Going into the pressure of this scoreline. Ultimate's available, 2 away for Brock, but side of Fnatic, obviously nothing to really lean on here. Alfie has adjusted his setup ever so slightly. I don't really think Boaster and Alpha are in a position to find kills off the back of this utility.
See, paranoia in, TP, site's theirs. Is there any threat before plant? You're looking at Alpha, but he's already been checkmated. Ethan got his number easily, and he's been good on this side of the map here, Ethan, and he is again. The guardian of it, and Scuba controlling mid. Nothing is working for Fnatic. This is worrying signs here.
Really is. NRG just completely outclassing them. Kayak obviously does have the rifle, but doesn't necessarily want to feed into any of these ultimates now that are on the brink. Will give NRG just such a comfortable position towards the back end of this first half.
And I know we've talked about the comeback capability with Fnatic, but that narrative, I'm not going to read into it 1-7, 1-8. I need more than that. I need a buffer, because we've already seen the capability individually on NRG.
We talk about those sort of things not being. We talk about repeatable success, right? Sure. It's not as if you go, oh yeah, but they've come back before, it's fine. It never feels fine when you watch them.
No.
It's always, and it takes so much to be able to do it when people like Scuba are doing what they're doing. You can see how confidently they're playing. Right now, in terms of, like I said, their game plan doesn't really look like it's there for Fnatic, whereas NRG, let's say you can prepare for this. The anti's not necessarily something you lean on versus a team like Fnatic. They are fairly linear in terms of what they like to do and stick to their guns.
คุยกันได้นะคะตอนนี้ทันกำลังจะเป็นเด็กแขกจอคอมแล้วค่ะ
There's nothing to really believe in here.
อุ้ยตอนนี้ไฟนาติกแบบมันใจร้อนแล้วอ่ะฮันรู้สึกได้ฮันคิดได้
He's trying individually to spark something, and it just falls flat.
Yeah, fairly indicative of maybe the discussions in the comms for Fnatic here. Crashies still looking to secure mid, but I mean, just look on the minimap of where that kill's happened.
Yeah.
And what they even really benefit from Kayak finding a kill in that scenario. I said they didn't really benefit on Ascent in so many of the rounds that NRG were able to flip on their head. Tom just one away from his ult once more. Pings on the mini-map. Looks like Alpha might have some company very soon.
Okay, but can he do anything, right? It just feels like the
เมื่อเรา
gates
ทุกคน
are open
มี
for NRG. Alpha
ทันอิชูกับ
is
แฟดโยรุ
notorious, however. Always a threat, but he can't stand really against this.
Ooh.
Decides to dip back in. Fancies to go himself. You can see how all-encompassing the site take is. There's very little room for error. Broke up to where he was before, and Alpha. A messy shot there, Mike. I'm seeing mistakes where we don't see them.
Yeah.
I'm seeing individuals looking a little off.
Like I said, usually in some of these deficits you see Fnatic in, it's like there'll be a player popping off, and that's who Fnatic get behind.
They spark and go behind, but there's no one. Even Kayak's not really had much play. It feels like he can't really get into much of these. Alpha's been a little quiet. Kron
dare I say absent?
Yes. You need one of the three, really. And right now you got none.
Oh.
Like I said, NRG have basically done all the hard work in terms of drawing an extra body towards B side of the map. Not really leaning on that too much. A couple of trade-off kills here, but
rounds one.
Yeah, rounds one. Obviously, it's not going to have a massive impact on finances here.
Do you double timeout?
Yeah, I absolutely think you do. Yeah. I mean,
something's not going right, to say the very least.
มหาเทพ
A 1 to 9.
Like I said,
เอาปะแบบ
Fnatic, I guess across this year, you never really see them get deeper and deeper into the strat book, right? We have set pieces, we have the overall ethos for this team, but this is where we kind of test the uncharted territory for Fnatic in terms of what do you actually switch up here without something to, just something to
make me believe.
Pin hopes, yes, exactly.
Get me back on board. And Alpha again, isolated and alone. He does have Kron slowly creeping over, but Alpha wants to try and make the play. It starts to feel desperate at this point. Maybe that's what they need. A reason to believe. One is a start. He needs more. His support's already fallen. He's pinned to the wall. There's no getting out of this. A flank from Kayak. Maybe that's the saving grace. But already NRG trying to find that stability. Nice from Kayak. Deep in the back lines. But he can't double down on this. Ethan already finds him. It's a 3v2 advantage NRG.
So he does have the Odin as well, but not going to be this sort of situation where he's going to potentially find a kill here. NRG able to comfortably reset away from sight.
When you start looking at saving, I mean, you're at 1 to 9. You got to go for something, but already there's a flank in play as well. If all goes wrong, there is still a line behind it. And Boaster's lost as Crashies now. There is not much to do but die here as Som looking to be the one to
ทุก
put
ค
it
น
down.
หันว่ามีขนน้องหมาเริ่มไหล
And 10 to 1. Fnatic not even being given the chance to die.
ส่วนหันคือ
Not even having a say
ไม่
in
นะ
some of these rounds. And the thing is,
หัน
this
ไม่
is
ไหล
where
หันแบบ
the hard
หั
work
น
can really
หัน
shine.
จะกรี๊ด
Ratty
เพราะหันต้องมานั่งดู
very
ของเป๊ป
awkward
อีกไง
clearances from Fnatic on the way back in when they're
โอ้
already at a
โอ้
disadvantage.
แรงนะคุณพี่ คุณพี่พูดอย่างนั้นแรงนะคะ
Played against this. These guys have never played against this before.
Again, it throws off the tendencies. He's absolutely right. It's like there's actually situations where they're not familiar with clearing some of these spots out, and a player really overstaying their welcome. A 10-1 scoreline. NRG on the brink of shutting this down.
Certainly are. A little bit of a
แต่
TP.
อีนางตัวปัญหาไม่ได้ก็โอเคแฟชี่
He found first there, so Kayak
โอ้
still
มุม
trying to play
นำ
his
ชั่วนะ
life out. Finally, it feels like in the right place. Maybe he can handle this. And Crashies, I like this approach.
Absolutely.
โอ้
See, Alpha's
มุมนำยั่ว
fallen
แต่ไม่
here.
ได้
Mother.
มุมนำยั่วแต่ไม่ได้ เพราะว่าเขามาสอง
Ooh, toying with him. And Marta does
So
pin down
sharp.
Crashies. We're back down to this 4v3 advantage NRG. Kill by kill, they've got to be feeling this now. That grand final is so close here.
Yep. Certainly within touching distance here. Kayak tagged up, 86 HP, no shield behind this. Still trying to catch somebody off guard, but as we can see, NRG
Who's next?
still in a fantastic position to take the B site once more.
30 seconds
Chronicle will have his ult. Find the kill here, but it's not the situation where Fnatic have found kills.
Nope. This feels like we are watching the downfall of a team very poorly prepared for this. Maybe banking on map 1. You don't get to do that here though. As Marta waits. Flash and falls away. Doesn't now stays welcome. Burns a lot of that util initially though. The deep line being controlled on top. Slip ahead a bit. Spot out one. Fnatic still struggling on the cross here. I think he's going to get close strikes like that.
11-1เอ้ยไม่เป็นไรไม่เป็นไรไม่เป็นไรเอาให้ไอ้นี่ก็พอครึ่งหลังเราบุกอะเราบุกได้อยู่เราบุกได้อยู่
Breaking a sweat in this first half. But on the other side, Fnatic have to be sweating themselves.
คือต้อง perfect run เลยนะ
แต่ไปนาติเน้นเล่นช้าไม่เป็นไรไม่เป็นไร
ยากอ่ะตุ๊กตาคิวจอย
ถ้าอยากได้เพราะว่าถ้าเขาขอเป็นคิวจอยหรือน้องเศษดิ
ไม่รู้
หรือเป็นพี่สาวไวเปอร์ดิ หุ่นแบบเจคือเสียมากอะเบรกก่อนกูดาวตักกูดาวเดี๋ยวมันจะนั่ง
It ain't a mistake. It's 11-1.
Do not adjust your screens.
No, you are seeing what could be an unbelievable end result here as we do check in on the Coinbase Econ.
Upper final.
I mean, Scoop.
No surprises whatsoever to see that name.
บอกว่ายังมีเวลาให้แก้ตัวไหม
Because I can kind of see it from some other players on the big stage. I'm like, cool, yeah, absolutely. But Scoop has just been kind of like, quietly working away, doing his job. But here,
like I said, the back end of Ascent and the first few rounds here on Abyss basically put this on a platter for NRG to capitalize. And Fnatic left licking their wounds. I mean, broken, battered, and bruised after that first half. And it's such a small margin for them to find something in the second half. And obviously, slight advantage in terms of the pistol round win rate, but they certainly need this to be clean in the opening 5 or 6 rounds here.
Yeah. All right. Fnatic, can you make us pay attention?
Look at NRG. Stacked 4 up mid.
Bloody hell, if anyone walks that way. B's open. Like, surely Kayak at this point is going, guys, there's no one here. Something weird's going on. But Marta is going to see 3. So good info there. Fake didn't really sell much because they've actually still got this stack. So flash out. They pause there. I think Fnatic don't like that they've just walked into something a bit bizarre.
The issue being that NRG have read the fake on B and rotated away from that. I don't think Fnatic are necessarily going to get fully ahead of the timing here.
No. But I guess there's that question mark, though, for NRG. How far have they explored? Is someone a little bit deeper?
Yes,
they could be anywhere.
Exactly.
So it does slow down rotations. Could potentially play in alpha, but I mean, I feel like I'm clutching at straws when I'm seeing an 11-1. I can't ignore it, man.
Oh!
NRG.
นั่นแหละพี่จ๋า
Don't need to hurry this too much. You've got the flank on the way. Further out though. First contact made. She's back-to-back damage. A necessity. And the late presence from Alpha is coming in. That's key here. Boy, the Ethan is still alive. And maybe battered and broken, but still breathing for now. Up towards heaven, kept safe by the smoke, but Alpha's presence alone is an issue.
One enemy remaining.
Now,
Okay.
it's a step. It's a step. Seeing Chronicle trying to give it there, and the cam sounds and looks like a fight song at a funeral, but maybe I'm wrong. 2 to 11, they've taken the step, Michael.
Absolutely. Concern being though, NRG, you can already see them toying with some fairly wild ideas here. Certainly want to rely on the fact that there's a massive buffer between these two
ทุกคน
teams.
คะเดี๋ยวฮันขอจ่ายตังค่าช้อปปี้แป๊บหนึ่งนะคะ อาจจะไม่ได้พูดเยอะนะคะ
Round 2 purchase for Fnatic.
บ้านนี้มันพูดได้ใช่ไหม
Will just be Alpha and Boaster bring pistols in though.
คุณพี่
Like I said, the opening 5 or 6 rounds for me here needs to be. Oh, hang on.
คุณพี่เขาอะไรมาคม
Mada already trying to take the initiative here, testing
ไปมูหูใคร
the
มา
Fnatic players even further, but
I don't mind a bit of aggression. You've
no,
got rounds
absolutely,
to play with.
Like I said, they have a huge buffer to just get really weird in some of these rounds.
And as long as we don't see those like when it gets a bit closer, seeing those weird broken buys with that over-investing a bit.
Yeah, one person's down. Yes, exactly.
ลงให้มันจบๆไป
Down on a guardian and whatnot.
ว่านะโดดให้มันจบๆไป
Flawless round here for Fnatic.
เพราะว่ายังไงแต้มเขาก็เหลือ
ใช่ยังไง เขาอีก2ราวก็ได้แล้วไง
Towards his ultimate.
ก็อีโครอฟูบายนี่เหรอ
ใช่
This is the tester.
Yeah, it is.
There is no chance for mistakes if you're Fnatic. If we're going to genuinely talk about it, there is no chance for
you get reset once and it's wraps. NRG looking a little more traditional here in terms of formation, but happy to put Scuba on an island, rightfully so.
The guy's been filthy with it. Harder again though, willing to take a risk and takes their life.
Whoa.
Fnatic caught asleep at the wheel. Punished for this.
Exactly the sort of round the kayak was pushing forwards for them. Mada capitalizes here. 3 huge kills.
ใจเย็นๆนะ
The first real chance for Fnatic to even believe in themselves gets crushed under that. So it falls to Alpha and Kron. 2 players who can excel. But Brock's got his number, man.
กินบวยดีกว่า
Doesn't need to take any real risks
อัน
on
นี้
this
ไม่
either.
หิวน่ะ
Pick your poison.
เจ้าเสือเสือ
Despite making its way over towards
ฉันจะซื้อบวยเสียบ
Scuba
ไม้
here.
มา
Alpha a little disconnected, trying to
คน
play
ละ5 บาทแล้วทุก
towards
คนเมื่อ
cutting
ก่อน
somebody off, but
ไม้ละบาท
NRG happy to sit back on these numbers now.
So you put your
Pala,
faith in
bitang
Kron to
doon.
win a 1v1. And Alpha needs to get you a kill. He can't. He was tracked the whole way. Got it, NRG! It's 12 rounds and it's
น่าจะต้องลง
flawlessly
ไปรอที่สาย
achieved.
ล่างแล้วล่ะ
Just such an upswing once more for NRG. To pull out this sort of performance versus Fnatic, Mada just goes insane here.
Nice magic from him. That's got to be something to remember there. Getting your team to 12.
Considering his map one performance where really struggled. Like I said, NRG weren't capitalizing off of him laying his life down, but certainly here now, firing on all cylinders, NRG. Get any more than a whimper here from Fnatic in the second map.
The pace now on the shoulders of Kayak. Looks for the first, he finds it. Drops down Scuba, who's been the final boss of this. Boaster played in on 1. Still trying to stay alive. We've got Brock, Ethan, and Marta. For that plan, though, it's not in yet. Brock looking to maybe get that timing right here, but Alpha fully aware. Gotta be careful!
Oh my God!
And what a shot from Brock. That's a problem. And a little bit of hesitation on the cross-up, a little bit of... Oh my God, Marta, what a shot is that? But it's a 2v3, they're not out of the woods just yet. There's problems just about everywhere. Ethan puts his life on the line. The spam so close but not connecting. Brock 10 more seconds until the darts back up, but he can gap close, he can get in their face, tries to capture.
What?
They've gotten away and Crash has his ult. He's got util. They have everything they need to secure this round, but
โอ้
Brock,
3 ว่ะ
can you make something out of nothing? This is not the round you should be winning. With a chance, 3 HP.
ก็ยังต่อเวลาชีวิตกูนะ
He's trying
เออ
the Fnatic.
Not having the
He left
spike
a tag,
even
didn't he?
on the site. By the time the smokes drop, that kind of wave of pressure has already passed.
Looks like Ethan almost caught one of those crosses, right? You think, oh, if that was one before, you don't know what you're in for.
Marta catches one.
It was Marta, yeah,
and then Ethan, and then Brock almost catches the retreat on the pullback smoke. But it's just 4 on the board for Fnatic.
It has to be perfection and nothing less. And once again, Marta is here. The downfall before. The out drone should be enough to force him away. It is.
Actually, big info that you see the TP has invested so far across the map. I think Fnatic really can capitalize on that. It's still being Scuba on the other side now.
Yeah.
Again, look at how hard they have to work to even just get themselves in front of a site. Now taking a casualty. Crashies does have Hunter's Fury now.
รักไหลยัง
ไหลแล้ว
Can just TP away.
We're gonna probably jump check this.
Lovely. Has a look, he still knows they're there. Brock gets called in. Everyone batten down the hatches. They're on the way. Kayak can't open things up on the backside. You're looking at Brock now, filling that space, playing up on that wall. It's been a problem for Fnatic to find their way forward. But Crash is going to find one, takes away Scuba. But Brock is waiting. They're just slipping into the smoke here. Chronicle's got some, but Brock's still standing, still surrounded. How is he still alive? Finally caught. It's Ethan and Marta. Back at the site for one. But it's now a 2v4. It's a long road back.
Yeah, Marta tagged up as well, one away from his ultimate. Ethan will actually find Boaster as well. Second clearance is there, but Crashies shut down Marta.
Ethan, okay, handled. 3 survive. I'm not believing yet, Mike. I'm simply not believing yet. But I'm down for Fnatic to prove it round by round. I want to see what they have. But man, that felt like on a knife's edge, right? Like,
I mean, all of these rounds will be with Son throwing up these sorts of cutting sidelines the way he is. And players like Brock tucking onto the backside of it. It's just, it's such a treacherous sight to have to hit. We'll force out a timeout here from NRG, but to be honest, an opportunity for them to catch their breath a little bit.
Because they're not in necessarily a hurry still. Right? We really only talk about it when we get to
ก็อยากได้จุ๊บมั่วสัก1 ทีไม่ไหวแล้ว
further for something, but I tend to start
พี่ จ๋าไม่ไหวเลย
there is then the chance to get the economy
Basically
behind
within
you.
a buy round or 2 considering that ult cycle,
But it takes one round, one moment,
ปวดท้อง
one
ปวดนู่นปวดนี่
3K
ผม
from
ไง
Marta,
ไหวไหม
ปว
เนี่
ด
ย
ไปหมดเลยฮะ
round from Scuba.
เขาพูดเป็นไงฮะ
So
เขา
it's
ปวด
so
หัวมากเลย
fragile.
เมื่อไหร่กูครบแพ้
Yes, Fnatic have done well. They've dropped 1 round this half so far. They've marched back 4. This is a long road.
How many times can you keep asking for the same sort of performances, though, from this roster to put themselves in positions where they just have no margin for error? It's got to be so taxing.
Mentally, physically, I don't know how they're still coming back in. Their heads held high, still in the fight. This round, only a sheriff so far for Scuba. So for Fnatic, an opportunity to get that 6th comfortably. But no mistakes.
Coming towards some of these ultimates for Fnatic. Obviously did see Crashies invest in that Hunter's Fury previously. LG happy to go toe-to-toe once more. Outside A. Yeah, with Kayak and Chronicle making good progress is certainly where Fnatic's game plan will drift.
And I was interested to see how much they might try and dig Alpha out of that position. I think Boaster might have a good idea of what's going on here. No! I thought Boaster knew! Marta's in their damn spawn! He's got a rifle! This can't be it. This can't be it. Keep the comms clean. Keep calm under pressure. NRG! There's no way this is the round! Marta! Like a dagger in the back! And now it's all possible. Alpha, Crashies, Kron have to lock the hell in, Mike.
ทุกคนเตรียมเก็บศพผมเลยผมบอกแค่นี้เลย
They have to fight forward.
Absolutely do. Forced into the waiting arms of NRG here. Mada still controlling so much in terms of pressure here. Fnatic are just huddled back. They have to be gifted a kill in this scenario to flip it.
ไม่รู้อะ
They look stunned, unsure of what just occurred. But with 28 seconds, you have to make your minds up. And it looks like it will end on a Brock willing, standing tall. Can he stand? God, he can! Drops the body, and Fnatic falling like flies. Mada investing the ult. He knows what's coming their way now. 10 more seconds. I can't believe what we've seen. It's unbelievable.
แอนไม่เป็นไรไม่เป็นไรไม่เป็นไรเดี๋ยวน่าจะไปรอบlower final ปะเดี๋ยวแป๊บนึงนะรีก่อน
overall across this series, playing from so many disadvantages.
น่าจะไปรอบ lower final แหละ
The final round being the nail in the coffin. Mada able to really take this one away from Fnatic, but Scuba as well. What an upswing for that individual.
โลไฟนอลยังไงชิง 3-4 เหรอ
เดี๋ยวมันจะมีคู่แข่งDIA กับเปเปอร์เล็กใช่ไหมถ้าทีมแพ้ก็จะต้องไปแข่ง lower final เป็นชิงอันนั้นดิน่าใช่นะ
Doubt that they've come into this underestimating NRG, but caught completely off guard.
ก็นะแต่เอาจริงๆก็คือไม่คิดว่าจะเป็น 2-0 ขนาดนี้
ใช่ไม่คิดเหมือนกันไม่คิดว่าจะเป็น 2-0 ปีนี้ NRG มาดีนะพูดจริงๆแล้วอ่ะ NRG จากที่แบบว่าตามมา NRG มาดีนะไฟนาติกฮันน่าวันนี้ค่อนข้างใจร้อนไปนิดหน่อย
ไฟนาติกหลุดตั้งแต่รอบแรกแล้วไงแล้วมันค่อนข้างจะบีบด้วยอะแบบมัน
This arena versus a team like Fnatic, by the way. Do not forget
in Europe, we're in Paris here. Not necessarily hometown team, but
ดึงสติกลับมายังไม่ค่อยไอ้นี่ก็เลยพอเราสองไม่ไหวแต่อย่างนี้แหละเก็บการแข่งอ่ะพอแพ้ไปแมตช์นึงแล้วมันสู้กับยาก
Et NRG crée la surprise, ils seront en grande finale des Champions Paris. NRG takes down the favorite Fnatic, and I'm gonna have to bother you, Mada. I think some of your teammates are also getting signs, of course. So let's hop by for a quick interview. First of all, congratulations. I don't know what to say. You guys have been insane today. The first question I wanted to ask you is whether you're having one of these games, you know, like flow state, 30+ kills and stuff, or you're having more of a normal game with struggle, yet you still bring like the same amount of energy, the same amount of tension in the comms and
ผมว่าผมไหลแล้วขอตัวลงไลฟ์ก่อนเลยแล้วกันครับทุกคนบายบายนะไว้เจอกัน
ดูได้คู่เดียวอีกแล้วไม่เป็นไรเดี๋ยวพรุ่งนี้ก็ดูได้คู่เดียวเหมือนกันเพราะไม่มีคู่เดียว
บ๊ายบาย
จะมีคู่เดียวไว้ทุกคน